right now. We're live.
Huzzah.
See, it gets so loud.
That was
Okay,
fine.
it did get a little loud, but like we can control it ourselves, Raj. Why does it sound like a 90s boy band song?
Right?
Yes. Well, it starts off like very like 80s fantasy, and then it just kicks off into like this like weird, cool sounding. I like it. Everyone, welcome back to season 7 or 8 or 9 of the Ebon Ring. I'm not even sure anymore.
We're just
I
calling it
think we're
season 4 because there wasn't
and a half.
anything for the last one.
Whatever. Okay. So season 4. I'm your humble dungeon master, Roger. We are rejoined by the faithful players, Travis, playing as the amazingly courageous and heroic Ezra Hain, and he's sitting next to me at the table. And then we got our lovely, talented Angie, playing as Elendra Goldleaf, the elven cleric. She is back ready to bring vengeance, holy vengeance, to the evil Aryans. Unfortunately, we are not joined by Ralmir, so he's going to be on the desk over there, on the dresser
desk
over
of
there.
shame.
Desk
I was
of
about
shame.
to say that, Angie.
Dunce Cap. We are also joined by Matt White, who is playing.
Everyone else gets a character name, and I get my actual name.
No, I
Thanks.
got my actual name.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Matt White, and he is, or I'm sorry, Matt W, and he is playing the role of Zephyri, the halfling rogue, who is an incredible liability, but also an
Incredible pain in your ass is the word.
incredible
you're looking
killer.
for.
I don't think so. If there's 4 people, I can handle you. I can deal with it.
Okay.
And then last, but certainly not least, Jarrell Greenwood, played by Brian, and featuring Eames, the dire wolf, who now is going to be this big during combat.
Always.
It's going to be good. So,
This boy band music
I'm going to
is just
start
killing
us.
me.
Turn it off. I'm going to start us all the way back to the very beginning to get everybody all the way caught up. The campaign, which started over a year ago, began with a young hero named Ezra Hain as he made his way across the southern sea to a tiny continent called Belfum. He and his companions did various heroic deeds and found themselves in favor with the Lord of Blue Kettle, which is a small merchant town. And Ezra, I like how the dunce cap is evolving. The hero Ezra, eventually his party disbanded and everyone went their own way, but still with his heart full of fire and passion and adventure, he formed a new group, which is made up of the heroes that we have here tonight. On his adventures, he rescued the young Lord Roderick from the clutches of a wicked cultist, a wicked anti-paladin named Malcolm. Malcolm was attempting to make a sacrifice out of someone who had noble blood in order to resurrect his ancestor, Malthazar, and bring to fruition a great prophecy that one of 2 kings would rule the land and either restore it to greatness or consume it in fire. The party, each one kind of has their own special story going on. Elendra is Elendra had a vendetta for a while against Athena, and that was pretty good. But she has basically, her past has started to catch up to her, and a young, wicked elf named Adrian. What?
Well, you were just pausing there, so I thought you forgot, so I was going to say it.
Adrian, right? Yes? I'm pretty sure it's Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian.
Made his way back into her life and caused all kinds of negative memories to return to her mind.
Just abject terror.
Greenwood found himself basically commissioned or ordained by the spirits of the forest, of the woods, to become the warden of Eranis Peace, which is sort of the heart of the wildlife and the sort of source of life for all of the forests and wildlife in Belfum. And our little friend Saphiri actually has been truly climbing the ranks in the Thieves Guild, completely unbeknown, by the way, just so you all remember. Completely unknown to the rest of the party. She started off as basically a sort of outsourced rogue, and then eventually she was welcomed. She was initiated in to the guild, where she was made essentially just a ground level enforcer. And after her incredible performance robbing the Bank of Tyal, which many suspect is part of a large conspiracy, many dark machinations going on, one piece of which was the bank robbery. Due to her success, she was granted authority by the leaders of the guild to be granted her own cell. So she is actually one of the underbosses, where she runs a clever system of robberies and information trading that is fronted by a Girl Scout group. Where we
Not
last
just a
left,
Girl Scout group, a whole school now.
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the school.
And the Scouts now accept people of all genders.
It's a scout troop, and she has essentially created for herself a vast sort of espionage group that will collect information for him while selling macadamia, nut, chocolate chip, all sorts of delicious carbohydrated treats. So, the party, feeling like they were ready, made their move against Malcolm in an attempt to rescue the daughter of the Lord of Tyal from becoming his next possible victim. And unfortunately, through a long series of really confusing circumstances, they were unable to defeat Malcolm, and they were rescued by the enemies that they spared during their law enforcement crusade during their time in the Four Corners. So, after their defeat, they decided to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get back in the saddle. And they took an opportunity given to them by an old friend of Ezra, Samuel Guernsey, to the Seastone Keep, where they defeated a school, I guess, a school of shark folk. And they defeated them, and they looted their ancient hoard of treasure. And as they made their way back to the ship, they discovered that an evil band of pirates had taken over their ship, and they are essentially holding Guernsey hostage. Basically, what you see as you sort of come over the road that you took to the keep, is you see Guernsey. He's being tied up by his feet, and he's sort of hanging from the rafters. And his ex-wife is beating him with a spear, like the butt end of the spear, just hitting him as hard as he can, or as hard as she can. And you can sort of hear his like rough, like, "Oh baby, I'm sorry. Can't we work it out?" And then she'll hit him more.
I feel like we just walked in on something deeply personal. I've been in places in San Francisco where they do this normally. I think we should just be on our way.
Some people pay for this. Is that what you're? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's his ship, so
I don't know about paying for it, but
I think he is paying for it. I think he actually is paying the price.
There we go, for his hubris.
before we get into the setup of the encounter, I want to do just a little bit of storytelling and show you guys a sort of cutscene. There is a horn that blows throughout the halls of the Old Stone Keep, the seat of power in the city of Tile. And there is a creature who is allowed entrance through the front gate through the courtyard, and he's escorted by several guards. This creature is... patience.
Right now. Thank you.
You've never seen him before. Obviously, you don't know that this is going on, and this is just kind of meta. But this is a bizarre-looking humanoid, very tall, very muscular. He has a strange appearance in that he sort of has the general features of like a goat, and this long whipping tail where his hoofed feet sort of clack against the old stone floors. His tail will whip around almost violently. These two very sharp horns protrude from his forehead and come around the back behind his goat-like ears, and he has the billy goat goatee coming out of his chin. He has a very wicked look in his face, and his eyes are blood red. He wields over across his back a hammer that is engraved in the steel is all sorts of these wicked abyssal type sigils, and the hammer itself seems to emanate the very feeling, the very presence of evil. He's introduced by one of the heralds to the court, saying, "Hear ye, hear ye. I introduce to thee all John of the Golden City, all the way from the land of Vesh." And he sort of kneels and bows before the new king of Belfum. And he will basically invite the tiefling to join him for dinner, and then immediately afterwards he can begin his work. And you can see basically leaning against the tall seat that Malcolm sits at is a basically a sword that has kind of a feathery, angelic look to it. You've actually seen it before. This is Alendra's sword.
Ugh, that was a gift. He's a re-gifter. It's the worst kind of scum.
So, and actually, we're gonna start this season. I always start the season with one of you guys, with Alendra, Angie,
Yes.
or Alendra, whatever you prefer. Alendra, you have this feeling inside of you,
Someone is
inside your
touching my
heart.
sword.
Inside your heart. This
Sorry.
very deep feeling of unease and isolation. You haven't felt it since before your revelation, before your conversion to basically the faith of Desna.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this horrible, like hellish, like emptiness and loneliness, as if like all things are just like everything's problematic, like everything just feels wrong with the world. Like you can't find any refuge in any corner of your mind. Even as you like are comforted by your companions, just them being with you, usually you just can't help but feel like just there's just really something wrong. Like something is really, really wrong. And obviously you can see the situation in front of you. Your ship has been commandeered by, well, the people whose ship you destroyed. So that's partly your own fault. But
I was not involved. It was none of my fault.
I blame Guernsey.
Yeah, you feel it in your heart. Like, you know how like just like in
It's a gut feeling.
Yeah, it's a gut feeling, and like anything sort of sets you off. Like a tree, a leaf falling from a tree, just sort of somehow makes you feel cut off and sort of.
So basically, Elendra's like, "This is cursed. That is cursed."
It's. I mean, that's a funny way of putting it, but it's really for your own character. It would be very like unusual for you to feel this way.
Yeah. Well, that's unsettling, and I don't like it.
Something wrong?
I can't explain it. It's this just. There's something not right, and I don't know what it is. It's just I have no words.
Ezra just kind of shrugs.
I wish I could tell you more. But maybe
That's
we
right.
should take care of the ship in front of us, take care of this issue first.
I believe that's probably a good idea.
Yes, he is our friend, and we need him to help us get back to Belfum.
Alright, so I'm going to drag you guys to the map, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you back, hang on. Copy. 1 alcohol, please. Alright, so I'm going to put you guys on this map. You're not this close, you're way far away. Okay. Like a full move action will put you, like a full turn of movement will get you there, like an extra 200 feet.
Raj, have you, we're gonna need our token bars and names, and have you linked them to the older sheet?
They're linked to the new sheet.
Are you sure you want them linked to the new sheet? Because the new sheet has all our stuff for after we get back, remember?
I mean, it really
There's
shouldn't
no
matter either
way for the new system to work with the old sheets.
Alright.
Sounds good.
Okay.
We'll need names and bars and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, names and bars.
Patience.
I think it's in
As
short
with the
supply
fighter.
today.
What?
Advanced. C. Eames.
The next letter you're looking for is D, Raj. Just letting you know.
C.
No lemon pledge. Sorry.
Jeez.
That's like my favorite character in that show.
I mean, I can't blame you. After what, like 15 years, that's the only one that's not completely worn out to death.
Shots fired.
It's true. Okay. So you guys should be able to see each other's stuff. I want to measure this real quick. So it's like here. So like 100 feet. Yeah, so basically you're 100 feet that way, north. And you're sort of safely away. They're not paying any attention to you.
Okay. So I was
Alright, do we sneak in or do we go in guns blazing?
How much do you care about?
Can you
Ramsay?
sneak in?
Well, I mean, he's the captain of the ship, and he's a nice guy. I mean, he's definitely fucked up a bit, but
Better question
definitely
is,
better to
does
not
any
kill him.
of you know how to? Better question: does any one of you know how to captain a ship?
Not a clue.
I think I know something about ships. Didn't I take something a while back for being on a ship when I sailed from Four Corners to Tile? Am I thinking of something else?
Well, I mean, we've all been on ships before, so I mean, we would have had some experience on ships, but I
You're
wouldn't
hiding.
count us as very good at being on ships.
Yeah, I thought I took a skill for it, but I don't think I did.
You were hiding.
That's what I just stowed away. Good call.
So yeah, I don't think that any of us actually knows how to captain a ship. So
I can captain a ship, I just can't drive one.
Do you drive
We
a
understand,
ship?
Chuck.
Exactly.
Ah.
I like
So
that we're
we
just
need to
standing here
stop
discussing
Guernsey.
this while he's
does
getting
it look
tortured.
like? Does it look like there's a whole lot of cover up to the edge there, or is it like just open?
Yeah, there's no trees depicted here, but there are trees everywhere, and they're like palm trees.
Alright, let's break out the Pink Panther theme here, Greenwood.
We can get close. As we
To get close
is the
as you
question.
can, and I'll just start running in once your guys are in place, I guess.
There we go. That's a
Very well.
38 stealth.
Hey, that's
means-
actually an 18 stealth.
Yeah.
I missed
I'll
my
try to
cloak.
be stealthy.
I don't want to know what Greenwood's going to do. Maybe you should let Greenwood and me go first, and then the rest of you can follow along, looking at you, Ezra.
Yeah, no, I'm not going first. I'm just seeing if I could actually get any kind of stealth roll. Which 10 for Ezra's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, let's-
okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so Greenwood and Safiri and Eames, you guys can position yourselves basically anywhere north of the bridge. Put yourselves anywhere you want without having to like make a second attempt. Oh, yeah, yes, okay, I like that a lot. You're just like perfectly hidden behind a one of the wooden pillars.
Right. That was my thought.
And
He's
then,
right at
like,
the tree line.
Yeah, you can be right at the line. There's like kind of that beach grass shooting up from the ground beneath the trees. The pathway would be no cover,
Cool.
so Eames would be like wide open.
Right here?
Yes, in the wide open. Yes.
If it's in the brown, it's in the open. If it's on the green, it's hidden.
Yeah,
Do it
there
like
you
that.
go. Do that. Do it like that.
Okay.
It seems
You
very
move.
different from golf.
Except for Safiri, who's small enough to, hide behind,
That's
stump.
perfect. Just a heads up, Greenwood. A charge would be interrupted if you're trying to, because you have to get over this thing.
Oh,
If you
so he
if you
can't
were
jump.
trying to-
Yeah,
I mean, he can jump over it. He can while he's moving, but you can't like have a charge.
cool. That's what I was trying to see, but he can't.
Basically, you would be charging into the railing kind of thing.
It would be hilarious, and it's fully possible that you could break it with your huge ass direwolf. And then Alendra and Ezra, you all will sort of be left behind a little bit. And then basically with those stealth rolls, there's no way that you guys would have been seen. And you can just hear her like listing off the things that make her mad as she like cracks her spear. And you can see that she's like getting madder and madder, and she's looking like she's getting more and more violent. And you can hear Guernsey start to like. Let me do
Ezra
this.
just looks at you guys to see if if he's good enough to if you're ready for him to go in. He's just gonna start walking in like as fast as he can.
I'm good. Let's do it.
Yep.
Time's up.
All right. So what we're gonna do is everybody is going to roll. Actually, don't roll initiative just yet. I'm gonna give a surprise round to Safiri and Greenwood and Eames, and then we'll just say that Alendra and Ezra will show up as the surprise round concludes, and then we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
We'll clank up after you guys do your thing.
Okay. You want to go first?
How about you go first, Mr. Ranged Buddy?
Basically, you guys are acting at the same time, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Who's going first?
Greenwood, why don't you take your turn first, so I know what you're doing.
So it's a basic surprise round, only a move action or standard action. Cool. So Eames is going to start moving up. So he's going to attack by himself.
Okay.
Trying to creep up if he can to try to creep past by himself while I take a pot shot. Easy to move.
What seems the speed?
50.
Jeez. I forgot. Okay, 25. And then 50 will put you right here.
Cool. And I'm gonna take a pot shot at somebody.
Alright, well, now I don't feel bad about Leroying in.
Who can I hit this? Ha! Yep, that's a thing. I'm taking a pot shot. She is exactly 90 feet away. So, still in my first range increment. So, she's taking a shot.
Uh-oh.
Don't forget she's flat-footed.
Yeah,
It's
no,
true.
and it's stupid, long list things. Way too many macros. Golly amount of macros.
I don't even know what's going on.
Brian's taking a pot shot.
Neither do
That's
I.
the second. His macro list is so long that when he clicked on it, it got stuck to his token.
Yeah. Yep. Pot shot at her.
That's
It
why I
does
cut
hit
mine
for
down.
sure.
Jesus.
And then it's going to deal 11 damage. So basically an arrow will basically kind of catch in her armor. And she looks down at it as if it like kind of itched.
Hitched.
And then
So-
she's gonna look around and she's gonna see you. And she sees the direwolf coming too. To action, men! They have returned! Kill them all!
Womp womp.
There goes an
I'm gonna take my
expensive-
action now. I'm gonna move up here. So I'm gonna be buddy with Eames. Yoink. I'm done.
Should have had you ride her.
Yeah.
I think a halfling riding an enormous wolf. I'm not even sure if I could dismount off of him without taking falling damage.
You could acrobatics that shit.
I mean, I could acrobatics it, but you see my point. He's
1d6
what,
fall
like
damage.
yeah, he's 20 square. He's like 20 feet cubed,
Is
mechanically
it
right
20
now.
feet tall?
It's hit. No,
Alright, guys,
he's 10 feet.
on your
He's 10 feet by 5 feet. Kind of do.
Oh, okay.
Characters.
Well, I'm going last.
Also, feel no shame about having to make a longbow.
Is that Saphiri's not halfling brother?
Oops.
God, not all redheads are related. Just most of us.
Shoot. I made some errors.
Are you trying to
Yeah,
figure out,
just-
like,
I was,
how we can
I was supposed to be
figure out-
talking to myself.
Um,
Descending. Oh, look who it is. Look who goes first and second.
is anybody
What a
really
surprise.
surprised?
Hey, I know you.
Alright, we ready to start this massacre, Raj?
Sure.
Alright, so Saphiri's gonna take a 5-foot step, being fucking chill and shiz. She is going to look up what the number is. Okay, she's gonna do a full round action, and chuck daggers at this flat-footed ginger here. There can be only one! So this is against his AC flat. So I get bonus to this. That's at range, so that bonus is canceled out. Okay, no damage bonus. That is a crit. Good way to start the day. Let me finish doing my attacks while we're there. So offhand, doing the attack, 29 versus his AC flat. Then on hand, this is at a -5. 21 versus AC flat, and offhand at a -5, 23 versus AC flat.
Alright, you ready for this?
What?
They all hit.
They all hit. Okay, let me roll to confirm that crit then.
Should I even bother to like have you do all this, or should I just?
I mean,
Nice.
let me roll to confirm it. Okay, that's 28. And then here we go. How many sneak attacks was that? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's at
Okay,
least
you're good. You're good.
80,
Stop,
100
stop,
damage.
Stop.
He did.
Is he dead?
He died.
So basically, Safiri, like, just innocently is like, hello, and then she busts out these, like, killer maneuvers, and all of a sudden, there's not really a form anymore to him. It's just crimson, like, everywhere, all over the deck. Dead.
Whoops, my bad, guys. Sorry about that.
No
Yeah,
problem.
there's, like, no substance left, really. Let's just be honest. Alright, so he's gone, for sure, and then it's Eames.
He goes, jumps on deck. Got the
It's demoralizing, by the way, to the rest of the adventure or pirates.
Yeah, dude, he jumps on the deck and tries to maul the mess out of the guy. Asian guy right beside him. Let's see how that turns out.
It will hit, and it will do some nice damage.
Arr.
60. Ow! Alright. Alendra, you're actually, that's where you are. It's right there.
Like, I can't move?
I'm saying you can move.
Oh, okay.
That's where you start.
Alright, so move in there. And this is going to be fun. Hold on. Shit, sorry. I have to change that macro.
Hold person, that's not what that's supposed to be.
Who what?
Yes. There's
It's
no
got-
reason to have those bits in there.
Bits.
That's not actually what her name is.
Oh, okay.
The human
Gonna hold
aristocrat 01 servant female.
Yeah, that's not what that is. That's like from an accidental. I changed the token and it left the name.
Either way, sorry
Roll.
about the macro thing.
What's the DC?
DC is... That's a great question. It's a level...
It says 15.
What, is it 15? Did I put it in there?
That's what your thing written down there says. It says
Oh,
save
yeah.
against a spell DC
Ha.
of 15.
Alright. So, Alendra has this thing for, like, female antagonists. She just has to hold them.
It's always the
So
female
she's-
antagonists that are doing shit to people.
She basically will whisper a divine prayer. Alendra, I want you to roll a D2.
Okay.
Okay. So when you cast a spell, you feel like you feel like it didn't work. Like you completely feel like you just basically were just talking to yourself. And then you see that it worked. Like you can see like the mystical like butterflies everywhere. And you can see actually when she's like shouting her orders, kill them all! Kill them all! And then she stops and she freezes in place and just kind of trembles and starts like looking around like what's going on. When you cast a spell though, there's usually a sort of like feeling of like fuck yeah or whatever. It's gone. There's none of that.
So, like, I cast
It feels-
a spell, but it doesn't feel like it did anything even though it did. Like, I don't have that connection to that spell.
You can see it worked,
Right.
but you just don't feel the like the joy or whatever. You guys can't see me, but I'm like motioning my hands.
I mean...
You see it work, but you don't feel the magic. You just don't feel the magic.
Yeah, the feeling's gone. But you did succeed. She is
Okay.
held. Greenwood.
So I'm gonna take a moment and try to fire the mess out of the guy that I forgot to trip. So that's how many people I can take out. 4-round attack of those.
Alright, who are you targeting exactly?
First one, targeting her.
Okay.
First one targeting her. Him for the last second two.
Okay. Yes. Blah. Ah! And then, basically because she's held, it's like shooting at nothing. Or it's like shooting at like a wooden post.
Yep.
So she's going to take a ton of damage. 16... 28... 29. She's not bloody.
Oh.
Ezra.
I'm going to take a run action, which allows me, because I'm in heavy armor, to run up to 3 times my move speed, and I'm going to make it all the way to here, and that's all I can do.
Alright. When you hit the railing, I want you to make an acrobatics check just to make sure that you get over it. It's DC 15, really easy.
Nope.
Alright. So, you run up to it. Like, you basically are, like, kind of stuck on the rail.
Oh my god, is it like when the kids are at the ice rink or the roller skate rink and they, like, run up to the wall and just, like, poof into it?
Mom!
Knock the wind out of yourself because you hit the wall so hard.
Mom! Alright, she's gonna try and break free of this spell. V15. No. No, she's still held. She's stuck. It's Fury. Oh, wait.
What?
There is a character that I forgot to do. This guy right here. He is going to actually scoot away from Eames and shoot him. Critical fails. On a gun with a pistol. Critical failure.
You and
Wow.
gunslingers just do not get along.
Oh, that's a broke gun.
Yeah, that gun is broke. No! Precious!
No, Betsy!
My gun!
Okay.
My pistol!
Oh.
Alright, so one of these people is presumably held?
She is.
Oh! The head honcho.
Oh yeah.
Alendra has isolated her.
That's my speciality, don't you know?
Raj, did you also get this guy in the turn order?
He hasn't actually gone yet. He's gonna go next. After Sphere.
Oh, okay. Well, since she's held... Oh, she's paralyzed, which is one of the few conditions that actually works with sneak attack. I made a list of them, because I realized that prone doesn't work. 5-foot step. 5-foot step there. I'm going to chuck daggers at her.
Okay.
This is going to be entertaining. I'm doing it at range, so I'm going to take a penalty, but because she is paralyzed, I can sneak attack, so it bounces out with my ninjutsu headband. So, first attack, full round action, by the way. 27 versus AC. That didn't include any bonuses for her being paralyzed. My bad.
Yeah, let me just re-roll that. Who cares?
What?
It hits. It definitely hits.
Do you have a
okay.
plus 21 to hit?
Yes.
You are disgusting.
Oh, it's helpless when you're paralyzed.
Disgust.
Oh, that's not good.
He disgusts you.
Oh my god!
I'm tired of you.
Well, I mean,
Never
Angie,
seen
depending
a
on
plus
like
like that.
what I use, I have plus 21.
Listen, you guys are gonna
Okay.
need it. I'm playing
No
it.
special bonus against paralyzed people with ranged attacks. I just looked it up. We're all good. So
The old season, by the way, that you guys are playing against. Okay, all right. So just enjoy it.
there we go. Let me toss again at a -5.
Yes.
There you go. 27. Let me
Yes.
toss again at a -5.
Yes.
17.
It said yes before you rolled. Okay, 17 actually does hit against her being paralyzed.
I rolled a 2.
Boo.
Alright, let me start adding up the damage. 24, 31, 40 plus sneak attack. Okay, so we're up to 56. That's another 24 on top of that, which is 70, 80, 80, 98, 117, plus 8 strength damage.
Alright, so here's what'll happen. You got her. You got her.
Another flurry of blades. It's just like a tornado, like a Tasmanian devil,
We
but
need
knives.
to get Rogvar up to Safiri's level and like get these two together.
Oh my god, please no, one's enough.
Okay. When you kill her, the other two remaining crew members, the last two remaining members of the crew will surrender. Please! You're terrifying!
Damn straight. Wait. Haha! I'm terrifying.
Wait,
So
why
yes,
was
you are.
that 117? Oh, that's your. Never mind, that's your damage.
Yes.
Never mind.
It's all nested. Oh, man.
So that was
I knew that was going to happen.
What, 2 rounds?
I knew it was going to happen.
It was
this is-
1 round and a Safiri action.
Just wait. Just wait. If you want to feel feelings during fights, it's coming. Alright. So, the two will surrender. Please don't kill us. And Guernsey will say, "That's what you get. These are my friends."
I was just gonna walk on the ship and like help him up, like rolling his eyes the whole time.
Hey, hope.
And the two will sort of be at your mercy.
Oh, that was supposed to be an acrobatics roll, but I don't think she makes it over.
Alright, so you basically are trying to be cool, kip over, you fall on your face like an anime, right? Shaking the whole.
I totally meant to do that.
world.
Don't worry about it. Just gonna stand up and dust herself off. And turn bright pink.
Ezra runs over and helps you up.
Nope, she's gonna push him away, turn bright pink, and just walk to the end of the ship.
Safiri, you basically
That was to try to help Alendra up, and it did not do great things for me.
you bury
Yeah, it's
yourself
like-
beneath the great weight of the 100-pound elf.
She's wearing heavy armor.
She is actually. Well, she's wearing medium. Or is it heavy?
Oh, I'm sorry, the
You know what I
120
mean.
something pound elf. Yes, you bury yourself.
Yeah, so Ezra helps Guernsey up.
Oh, Ezra, my boy, thank you. You saved me.
All right, no, we actually tell us what's going on now.
Well, I was in my cabin and I was thinking deeply about my new love life situation. You guys had left the ship. And then the next thing I know, I heard footsteps on board. I came upstairs and I got a spear to the face. I'm sorry, a spear butt to the face. Next thing I knew, I was being hung upside down and beating like a mannequin. Or
Who
beaten
beats
by like a
mannequins?
pinata. Beaten like a pinata.
Glad
Pinata's
to know
real.
that there's a strong Chicano community in Belfum.
It's the Southern Kingdoms. I run shipments there. Oftentimes, I'm given crates of pinatas.
Saphira
Just
makes
start
a
to
note
take us
for her
to
next party.
Four Corners already, all right?
He says, "Yes, sir. Did you get the treasure?"
Aye, we did.
Let me see.
Why, you're not getting any?
Why?
Well, there's the payment cost of, us. Saving you. A couple times now.
Brutal.
Ezra's not in a good mood.
Even Saphiri's not that mean. Saphiri is like
They're
rolling her
expensive.
eyes and starts to swab the deck of what's left of the people she, blended.
He says, "My boy, what's brought this out in you?"
Well, let's see here. We had to fight shark folk pirates, which wasn't fun. We've had to save you twice from pirates now. You made us crew your ship, which sucks, by the way. And generally, bad things. Bad things, that's why, alright?
You know, if it wasn't for this gentleman, we wouldn't be here in the first place. So maybe a little compensation. A little.
We could have followed Tessa's idea and gone to Dragon Cave instead.
Let's
But
go
we
there
Wouldn't have had
next.
to deal with any of it.
But we didn't. We chose to come. Well, you all. I stayed behind, but you all chose to come here, and this is how you got here. Troubles or not, you still got here in one piece.
Out of character, just so you guys know, if we actually pay him, that means we have to not have all the items we just got, because we won't be getting paid as much.
We can
I
give
have
him like
spare-
5 gold.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've got 300 extra
gold.
on my personal store. I'm not going to give him 10,000 gold.
And I did have some money left over from my shopping thing out of character, so
Yeah.
Well, Ezra's basically got nothing left from that, from when we do the shopping, so
Alright, well,
I'll leave it up to
I'll be
you,
like,
whatever you guys want.
I'll be like, sorry about the mess, and I'll flip him a coin, which is in fact like 40 coins. 40.21 coins. Look, I've had that 0.21 since I started this character, and I'm sick of it. I'm getting rid of it now by giving him some silver and coppers. I just take out like a handful of coins, and I'm just like, sorry, let me finish like cleaning that up for you. And I start swabbing up the what is
The
pretty much
dead?
a pile of blood with just hair on top of it.
gotta make sure that.
Yeah,
is
Ezra's gonna go
clean.
blow Jack.
Guernsey will sort of be put off by the like he was surprised by all that, so he'll be he'll sort of you'll see a look of shock, and he'll start to thank Alendra and Jarell and Spheri for the rescue, and all of you will embark. And then you'll see, basically in the distance, as you begin to head back towards Belfum, the clouds that hang in the sky are thick and very dense, incredibly dark, almost black even. And lightning sort of fills up the upper atmosphere. So you will arrive at the docks a few days later. Your wounds will be healed if you even had any.
I don't
And
think anyone took damage.
yeah, you can see Guernsey basically has like wrapped all his bruises. He wasn't cut or anything. He was beaten. And you will disembark at the Four Corners.
This is like our favorite city in the whole world.
Home sweet home.
After the journey, after brooding for a while, Ezra walks up to Guernsey and gives him a few thousand. And he's like, I'm sorry, friend. Things have been hectic.
Gives him a few thousand.
Like a
few
couple thousand,
thousand
like
you guys.
3,000, 4,000.
All right,
Yeah,
Jesus.
2,000
Okay.
you guys. So he's gonna look at it in shock.
I mean, that's enough to buy like 10 of these boats, but okay.
It actually probably is. I haven't looked at it in a while, but for like a swoop, he says, "My boy." He says, we could almost buy our own ship with this.
You just stay out of pirates' way now, alright?
He says,
And hire an actual crew, for the love of God.
He says, "That's part of the fun. Being a sailor, being a pirate. That's why I don't charge so much."
Then at the very least, hire a real crew so that the people you have on your ship don't have to be the ones doing the work.
He'll agree to disagree, and he will actually escort, or he'll not escort. What's the word? In a display of machismo, he will hold Elendra's hand as she steps off the ship. And he will tell Ezra and Greenwood to be careful, and that all the signs in the sky point to a long season of storms. And he'll tell...
So we're in Four Corners now?
Yes, you're in the Four Corners. Guernsey will thank you again for paying him, and he will actually rope up his ship and head into town to get a few days of shore leave before heading back out. So the city is a bustling. The sky is very dark, even during the daytime. The clouds hang over the sky like smoke, just a thick curtain. No rain at all. It's very strange. Lots of thunder, but no rain. You will basically be accosted by all of the various types of swindlers and merchants as you make your way off the port. Where Guernsey docked is on the southern boardwalk. You guys have actually been here a couple times. This is the place where Dathina kept her frickin' hotel.
The drowned
Can we get a map?
Yes.
Yay.
/ casino. It's gone now, though. It's just a huge pile of rubble. No effort has yet to be made to restore anything in that area because it's so run down, and it has adversely affected the city's economy. Despite the fact she was horribly evil, she provided a lot of services that basically built up a lot of businesses in that area.
Well, she did trying to send a purple worm up through the building.
That is also true. She did basically collapse her own building to try and save herself. So, if you guys want to... What did I do
Who
with the
is
Four
dragging
Corners?
dead bodies?
What did I do with the Four Corners?
I am, but I had my microphone muted.
Laptop was falling.
Parcels, Thieves Guild. I guess I deleted it for this campaign. I don't know where it is. Alright. So you guys want to go shopping.
Shopping!
Make me a GG Raj. Yeah, I know. Make for me a either a diplomacy check or a law and knowledge local check. Yes, Safiri beats you all.
Hey, that's a 16 plus
Ezra's
19,
following.
so that's a 35. It's not terrible.
Safiri beats you all. Ezra, I can't even see Ezra's roll.
I didn't do one because Ezra's not going to. He's just following everybody else along, and he's
Same
He's
here.
going
got
to
that
the place
-1
he needs to.
charisma that we love so much.
Same here. Yeah, same here.
So, Safiri, you will show everybody all the best spots, all the best corners where, like, it's great for you to, like, steal stuff from people. Here's, like, where, you get Thai food. And you'll guide everyone to basically one of the upper level adventuring shops. I'm going to actually move all you guys here temporarily. And you can talk for a little bit about the things that you buy. And I kind of want to hear, just to kind of hear it out. But basically, you'll make your way through the city, and you'll be sort of eyed by the various townspeople and town guards.
Adventure Mart. Oh my god.
Raj, just one quick thing.
Yes.
Never mind.
And if you wanna break off and do some fairy type stuff,
Just watch out for
this is
ninjas.
actually not that at all. This is me reminding you that on the landing page we don't have our names in bars, so you might want to copy and paste these tokens onto that page at some point. No, I don't have any crazy things to say.
Yes, but if you want to go
actually, there is one thing. I'm going to use my
He's so nervous. Can you hear it in his voice? Like he's so nervous to do it.
While I'm wandering around town, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my rumor monger abilities.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is pretty much sort of pass around the rumor that I'm hoping will propagate throughout the countryside that a resistance is forming. Like a resistance against Malcolm and his evil misdeeds is starting to form around the Ebon Vale. So I need a bluff
35.
check to do that because Malcolm eats babies. There we go, and he's horrible, and he must be stopped. There we go. Bluff check, 38.
Okay. So you basically will plant the seeds in a few people's hearts at key taverns, and they believe you.
Huzzah! Alright, now we go to the Adventure Mart.
Who wants to start with the stuff they're getting?
First off, I need to see about trading in something or selling something. Child,
You're getting rid of Eames?
no.
Jesus Christ!
What? No.
You guys are
More like to sell
terrible.
a child than Eames, but whatever.
We're selling Saphiri now?
I know!
I give you good price for her.
Give me a good deal.
No. I happened upon a suit of sea dragon armor that I need to see about getting liquidated.
I mean,
He's selling the Shadow Dragon plate, whatever that we got at the keep back there.
I assumed that my role was like for finding stuff and whatnot. So like, can we just sell? I don't know, normal prices, or do you want to inflate the price, Raj, or what?
You said I had to roll for a half. That's
Roll
what.
versus it's a contest. Basically, it's a haggle.
All right.
So you roll
here you go.
versus.
There's
I wonder
a
if it's
37.
actual 1d20 plus 10. It's got a crit to win. Yeah, so you get half the value.
Sweet. So I get. How much did I count it out?
Ezra throws in the stuff like that he had to sell beforehand as well. So basically, he's just thrown in a couple things that.
Yeah, Saphiri has one or two things she needs to get rid of, but most of it is she's just keeping.
Cool. So I need some extra cash to buy what I wanted.
All right, who wants to start with telling people about their items?
To begin with, I sold the Shadow Dragonplate armor and my braces of Falcon Aim because they become obsolete and being retconned to be useless by Peso. In response, I placed my bracers. I proceed in buying a special page containing magic properties. It allowed me to use a level 1 spell in this case. So replacing the braces with that a Falcon Aim with the page of spell knowledge allowed me to cast Aspect Falcon, so replacing with the same thing except the spell. And then I finally go and proceed to buy the set of armor I've been eyeing forever. A set of celestial armor. This looks awesome.
Instead of what?
Celestial armor.
Celestial armor.
And as he pulls that out, I'll be like, "Hey, do you make that in my size? Because I'm gonna grab one of those." And that's what I do.
It's like epic level gear in Diablo or something.
It's actually pretty cheap, which is weird.
I mean, it's really like the best armor if you have dexterity. Like it's the only armor that doesn't suck for a dex-based character, essentially.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to get it.
Cool.
And I proceeded to go get the basic adventuring party that suits an archer. A headband of inspired wisdom, cloak of resistance, a belt of dexterity due to my weird nature, a specialized belt of constitution called a earth elemental belt. Instead of having like a dwarf have like a giant on it as a belt buckle, instead it's like a rock elemental, a giant rock elemental instead belt buckle. So giant belt of rock elemental. Also along with that, I picked a pair of slippers of spider climb, so I can climb on walls.
I've heard that this is the bane of all DMs, but I haven't experienced it yet, so we'll see how that goes.
All you need is enemies that have an attack that knocks people prone. So
yeah. I proceeded to buy a new bow, +3 adaptive seeking shock positive bow, the killer, my equivalent, Nature's Avenger, because it's not holy.
Gotcha.
Just,
what's the level of that? Plus what?
It's a +5, I believe.
+5 bow?
Yep. No, it's +3 with. In all, it's +5, but it's a +3.
It's a +5 equivalent.
+5 equivalent.
Interesting.
It's +3 with 2 +1 abilities, equivalent abilities.
It's my understanding that in Pathfinder, you start maxing your gear out at level 10, and then gear becomes less and less meaningful as the campaign will go up to 20.
It depends on how much money. Yeah, it depends on how much money you have gonna do. He comes far and farther between.
All right, Ezra.
Ezra goes over to the heavy section.
Okay.
He gets a +2 mithril full plate with +6 to con. So now he's got a lot more health and a lot healthier. I get a +2 adamantine longsword of holy, a +5 to shield light shield with spikes and bashing.
Mm-hmm.
Boots of speed. He's upgraded his amulet of natural armor. Already had the belt of strength. Already had the ring of protection. Gets a better cloak of resistance. That's really it.
Gotcha. Alright, what did Elendra get?
Oh, what did Elendra get? Elendra utilized the best of that money for the best of the items. So she got a +3 holy longsword, a +4 shield with guarding and menacing on it. It's also adamantine. She got an amulet of natural armor, a circlet of persuasion, eyes of the eagle, sleeves of many garments, belt of giant strength +6, a cloak of resistance +3, a quick runner shirt, boots of striding and springing, and a deep red sphere that's an iron stone.
Great. Yeah. This is like level 60 in WoW. Alright, Matt, what do you got? Spheri.
I didn't get much. I just got a fancy new dagger to replace one of my old ones, which was not as exciting as some of my other ones. Circular Persuasion with a bunch of stat boosts put on it, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and that Celestial Armor, we talked about that earlier. Other than that, just a couple random stat boosting items added to him, which is not particularly exciting. Just the same old Spheri you know and love, only more ridiculous.
Also pick a pair of shades and a rock, a magical stone.
A shades?
Pair of shades. Pair of shades.
Great.
Alright, so what I want you guys to do, I'm stealing this from the Way of the Wicked module. I want you guys to, while you're in town, each of you, to make basically a rumor perception. We're listening for all the different news that's going on in the city. And I made a full thing. All you got to do is beat a 15, and you can receive a piece of news from some of the various people in town. Even Ezra beat the 5th. Well, it's perception, so it's like whatever.
That's a low roll for Safiri, isn't it?
Safiri has shit for perception.
Really?
She leaves the perceiving up to Greenwood.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, there's the roll.
The two are built off of each other.
Well, I mean, Greenwood's stealth is higher than Safiri's right now because
Yeah.
he invested in it. I just sort of naturally have it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Learn your place, Matt. Okay, that's all 4 of it. So, Alendra, the rumor that you will hear is that okay.
I
So
would
it's
say,
like,
I would say whisper to me, but then the stream will see it, so.
Well, that's fine. Well, that's fun. Here,
As long as we don't see it.
Alendra. It's well, you're gonna translate it into Alendra's roleplay anyway, probably. I'll just say it because I don't like typing it.
All right.
So it's 2 guys, and it's like they're talking, and they're like, "Man, I wonder when these storms are gonna go away. I mean, it's as hot as usual. It's really hot outside, but I mean, it's just so cloudy out. I don't understand.
Is the weather Bostonian in, like...
I don't
where did these
understand.
accents come from?
Get out of here, you storms. All right,
And they suddenly became Brooklyn. Okay.
get out of here. It's a mishmash, okay?
I'm entertained.
Ezra, you will hear that you'll hear that Malcolm likes to smash babies, and you'll also hear that the grand prize, the belt, is here. The belt they moved the UAFL championship, and through a generous donation, a very valuable jewel has been crested into the belt.
Oh, that'll be nice for all.
The championship belt. You see it in a newspaper, and it looks to be about the size of a fist, and it's 2 angel wings that sort of come together. And it's shimmering, like when the photo was taken, the magic photo that doesn't really belong in Pathfinder.
Yeah, is this a Safiri fist size, or is it an Ezra fist size?
It's a Rawmere fist size. In fact, you can make a... well, do any of you have Arcana?
I have appraise.
You can appraise it if you want.
I have through the Profession Merchant, but I don't think that'll help.
This has to do a little bit with the magics.
Wait, this is Knowledge Arcana, you said?
Yes, you can roll Knowledge Arcana.
Give me a
I'm not
second,
going to
might
roll.
have it, but I don't know if I do. I do have it. Oh my god. So that's a 6.
That's a fail, is what that is.
Yeah.
I like the flavor text. Safiri looks at her small hands like she's disappointed in them.
Like, no, it said, whose fist are we talking about here? And then I said, like, this Safiri looks at her hand.
Oh.
It makes sense in context.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Jeez,
Here we go, here's
Buzz.
my appraise check. I rolled a 2, so I expect it's worth something.
Okay.
You can tell it's fancy.
It is definitely fancy. It's the same size as the Heart of the Sea.
Oh, that's big.
It's about the size of a fist. And it has that same glow. To address Greenwood, percepting at a 40. Actually, Safiri, who all hasn't received their... All of you succeeded. Who all hasn't received their information?
Greenwood is
Neither I
very...
nor Greenwood.
Who else other than Greenwood?
Me. Safiri.
Okay. Safiri, you will hear a rumor that actually this will be sort of an exclusive Thieves Guild rumor that you heard from another member, that the rumor has it that a rival guild known as the Assassins Guild has started to take an interest in Belfum.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that shortly.
You can, like, you're talking to your guildmate. It's, let's say it's Thaden. You sort of stop by the shoe factory just to say hello, and he'll sort of tell you. He'll say, yeah. They haven't been here since hundreds of years ago, but rumor has it they sent somebody here, and we just haven't found them yet.
I'll look into it.
And then for Greenwood, you also hear the rumor begin. It's like a new rumor, so it's kind of fantastically. Did you hear that Malcolm has like 30 babies and he eats them?
Oh, that sounds possible. I mean, his children are just random children he kidnapped off the street.
No, I heard he has like a wife and they had kids.
I don't believe it's physically possible for his wife to have 30 children.
You're crazy. Get out of here.
She's part rabbit.
Her husband's name is Thumper.
Maybe. I don't believe she's a. I've never seen her here, so I'm unsure whether or not she's a rabbit person. I know you're out east there are, but not sure about Belfum. First time I heard of them being here.
Man. Alright. So you guys will be at liberty to tell me what you do.
Well, about that thing I talked to you about a second ago, Ezra's gonna just, like, say, alright, I'll be right back. He walks off.
Okay.
Mm.
Do you want to play that out, or is that a side quest type thing?
It doesn't need to be played out, because it's kind of down low kind of thing, you know? Like, under the table kind of thing.
Alright, you will subtly leave the group during all of the adventures and shopping. Safiri, you can actually make make a will save, Safiri.
I still have that ring of mind shielding, by the way.
Remind me.
I just did. Any
Remind
attempt?
me again, because I don't remember at all you reminding me the first time.
Okay. So I have a ring of mind shielding, which was given to me by Alendra. I am continually immune to detect thoughts, discern lies, and any attempts to magically discern alignments.
Are you sure that wasn't Ziria?
It was Ziria. Ziria gave it to me.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, we're both elves.
So, like,
come on,
people who try to scry me are gonna have issues. So that's
No,
a 20.
that's not scrying. Basically, anything that happened before the Malcolm incident, the Malcolm shitfest, you guys were looted.
Ah, okay.
Unless you specifically told
Wait, no,
me
wasn't that what
something.
Tess made for you?
Yeah, Tess did make it. You're correct. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that was
That was
Tess.
made before we went on the boat ride.
Yes.
Okay. Alright,
Something
so
amazing.
let me take a look at it real quick, because that doesn't sound like anything to do with scrying. What is it called?
Mind shield.
Ring of. I'll send you a link. I
of
thought it had to do
shield.
with scrying, but I maybe I was mistaken.
I was pretty sure it had to do with scrying.
I will
I
read
thought she
it.
made it because it was scrying.
Well, yeah, because somebody
Where
was
it's usually
actively
immune
scrying
to
on
detect
Safiri.
wants to discern
Yeah,
lies.
using your henchman, who had mysteriously disappeared.
Detect thoughts, discern lies, and any attempt to magically discern her alignment.
That's useful.
Alright, I don't think that has anything to do with scrying, but I don't care to like deal with all that. So,
Okay, well, I rolled a 22 on that will save, so take it
Okay.
as you will.
well, the 22, you will basically feel that vibe that you felt when someone was spying on you. Remember?
Yeah.
You feel it again. Now that Tess is gone, the sort of impending doom, not impending doom, just the sort of feeling of somebody like out of the corner of your eye attempting to spy on you is back.
Interesting.
So message Charlie, tell her to get her act together.
It's interesting because the spell to make the ring is non-detection, which does protect against scrying, but the ring doesn't do it explicitly, which is very strange.
That's
okay.
that is weird.
It's okay. We'll just say that it worked.
Oh, okay.
But you felt it.
Anywho.
You're like,
So I'll be like, somebody's eyes are watching.
Somebody's watching me.
So sorry, still in bard mode. So I'm just gonna let people know, guys. I feel like I'm being scried. Our time may be limited. So we may want to move sooner rather than later if we're going to be doing stuff.
I'm just gonna dash in here just for one moment to grab one last thing that I forgot.
yes. Let me before I touch on the thing that Alendra brought up, Greenwood. You can read in the newspaper, and it's all over the front page, a image of two men stepping off the boat of a beautiful, ornate ship with a sigil on it that you recognize. The sigil is actually of your father's house. Your father's house.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of play that and tell me what it looks like, but it's got to be like basically a symbol that you would put up on a sail or maybe on a banner.
Of the house? Mm.
Yes, your father's house. So it's like it's going to go down to your older brother when he's done with it. When he dies, when he's finished, when he's tired of it, he's going to give it to your older brother.
Yep.
So you can tell me what that is. But basically, it's this incredible ship, and it's two men. One of them
confirmed.
One of them you don't recognize, and then the other one you recognize as Maury. Maury is a kind of a diplomat for your father's house. He's actually a kind of a messenger type or like an ambassador type.
Yes. Hmm. Say, final reach here. Probably not the best thing to bring. Let no.
The word was that in the article is that he basically asked around, and that the information that he was given is that you mostly reside in a place called the Ebon Vale. So he and his companion headed there. He's a very jovial, just to describe to the rest of the group what he looks like, he's very jovial looking. He's this incredibly overweight African man who wears kind of a traditional, like, Kingdom of Gone garb. And interestingly, he is wearing chainmail and is wielding a quadruple bladed star knife type thing. It looks like what Alendra first had with her, and it's sort of mounted on his back. And the man who's with him is in plate armor. He appears to be light skin, white, but he appears to be accompanying Maury.
So he's on his way to Evenville. When it's like, how long ago was this article written?
It was so it's like let's say today is Monday. This is the Sunday paper. So you pick up like the day old, 1 gold coin or edition.
Okay. It seems we might need to rush back to the Vale that we need in order to meet him. Despite his attitude, he's shrewd. I don't think anybody there can deal with him. What I remember.
Are you saying this to everybody?
Yes, he's partially muttering to himself. He folds the paper back up again. So, how long are we going to be here in the city?
For fuck's sake, of all the things to waste a nat 20 on.
You discern a lot of the feelings. Basically, he's at unease. Maybe
He's uneasy about meeting him, but he knows he has to. Kind of deal.
But like I said, I just need to grab one thing and then I'm ready to go.
Alendra, you sneak off.
Sneak, sneak,
Is this a whisper thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, everyone move to the feed so we see what's happening.
Lol. Too late!
It was a joke.
Uh-huh.
So, meanwhile, I'm gonna see what else I can find out. Like, is there anything else I can do to, like, try to find out more about this Assassin's Guild?
Yes.
Maybe sneak around town. I'm gonna roll a knowledge local to see if I can figure out where these people are coming from.
Can you guys read my whispers? It says I'm talking to myself.
Then you have to turn off talk to myself.
Wait, Ezra, did you hear my whisper?
No, I didn't.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Alright.
Bummer.
You can become creative, and you can sort of sell to me sort of your info gathering investigation.
So,
The beat is from your friend Thaden.
yeah. So what I pretty much do is I start going around to, like, the lowlives who owe me favors and stuff, you know, carefully plying them with a lovely mixture of bribery and threats. I'll spend some money to do this. There we go. I'll take out 10 gold from my own personal accounts to bribe and threaten people. And I'm going to see what anyone knows, like any scrap or whisper of information about these people. Like whether it's, you know, my uncle's third cousin heard that they were based in this place, or, you know, I've heard that they wear like blue fedoras on alternate Wednesdays. You know, any sort of rumor or scrap of piece of information that I could find on this so-called Assassin's Guild. You know, and I laugh as I mention the Assassin's Guild, and I'm still scrubbing the knee-deep puddles of blood out of my boots.
Okay.
So I just see, you know, any sort of thing I could find, you know, where they're located, what their sort of funding source is, who they primarily hire out to, that sort of thing. Tattoos, identifying marks.
Okay, where's the roll? Knowledge 22?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you cough up some coin, talk to different people, and you'll be directed. Basically, you can't find any real information about the Assassin's Guild because nobody really knows anything about it. Like, in fact, you know that the Thieves Guild itself is actually sort of a big. It is essentially kind of like Illuminati. Like it's not real. No, most people aren't really sure whether or not it's real. So, you will be directed to the library, and basically they'll say, well, I mean, if you're looking for information on, you know, old stories, you know, that's a good place to go. You can crack open a book, and hopefully that'll help you out. Sorry.
Hmm.
If you want to go to the library, you can.
I can't?
You can.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I said if you want to, you can. I'm not saying you.
No children allowed in the library.
You show up, and then
Funny side note.
there's your face on the front door with a big no sign over it.
No. Well, the filler thing for my underboss, like the skill points I've been taking on my sheet for my profession as a boss, I've been putting them into profession librarian because I thought that's a skill that I'll never put points into. Boy, was I wrong. So yeah, I look around the library for historical records of Assassin's Guilds.
Yeah.
Why the
22.
poop not?
Old Book of Legends will speak of two halflings that basically ran a sort of a thieves guild, and they disagreed on the point of whether or not they should accept coin. One believed that you should only kill if you really needed to, and it should only be bad people and people who are, just like it's kind of like a Robin Hood kind of thing. And then the other guy, the other twin, will basically say that they should include killing for hire in their works, and that it's actually more profitable to kill somebody than to just take their stuff, because a life is more valuable than anything. So the two brothers, they agreed to disagree, and they kind of had a falling out, and one formed what is now the Thieves Guild, and the other formed what is now the Assassins Guild. So they're sister guilds, and essentially they always have there's just an ever-present shadow war that's always been either to one degree or another going on.
It's a love-hate relationship.
There's no love at all. They hate each other, but
Yeah,
they
I was
don't.
gonna say.
They don't. They don't oftentimes bump into each other unless it's like a major place. And the Thieves Guild has always had a presence, a monopoly in Belfum because it's smaller and more obscured. And it sort of has just been like a little quiet, peaceful, like monopoly type thing. I mean, they have had their own problems with like other gangs and things, but in terms of the Assassins Guild, they've never been here. Never been.
Alright, so didn't Greenwood say something about a delegation from his home area? Vesh? Or something?
No,
Yes.
he's from the Wild West.
No, he's from Vesh.
Oh, Vesh.
Greenwood's from Vesh.
Oh, I thought he was from the Wild West.
Rawl is from the Wild West.
Oh, my bad.
And then you're from the north, and then Ezra's from the south.
And Safiri don't know where the fuck she's from.
Like we
Safiri,
say,
Safiri, as far as
immigrants
you know,
get
is
the
from
job
Four
done.
Corners.
That was a encounter that just occurred.
Yeah, did you ask him about the Assassin's Guild?
After I get out of the library, I will. I'll go up to Greenwood and be like, "Hey, Greenwood, you're a sneaky dude. There wouldn't happen to be like a whole guild of sneaky dudes who you pay money to, and they're really well organized, and they're assassins, and then they kill people. Where you're
Are you
from."
asking about the Assassin's Guild of Vesh?
Yes, child. I say in my most pretentious Greenwood imitation. Wait, Let me do a disguise check. See if I can fool you into thinking that I am Greenwood.
Just so you know, Greenwood, Maury is a cleric.
Yeah.
So I say it in a voice so convincing you thought you yourself spoke, "Yes, child."
Yes, you did a really good impression. He knows you. It sounds impression. So I was confused for a minute. Yes, you speak of the Assassin's Guild. Yeah. Since I've been here, it's mostly considered a myth. out here in Belfum, but back in my home country, it's known to exist, but its true workings are never really known. I've had dealings with members on occasions. As they said, they're assassins. They tend to sell themselves out to mostly the nobles, and
So, sorry, continue.
my family has had many dealings with them, both as customers and as victims.
So, I hear some of your countrymen are in the area. I assume that you brought the Assassin's Guild with you, or they did. They brought them with them.
I'm unsure, maybe willingly or unwillingly. I'm certain.
I'm going to
Yes.
need to have a friendly chat with some of those people. Is there any chance you could get me a meeting with some of your motherland friends?
Oh my god.
Okay, all right. Let's play this game. Let's play this fucking game.
I'm trying to make sure. Like, I'm trying to figure out. He's like, he's gonna try to see if he was gonna try to cause an international incident.
So it is pretty clear that Zafiri is not happy about the presence of the Assassin's Guild in Belfum, and especially in the Four Corners. Do you even know if that she is a member of the Thieves Guild?
We have no idea.
Not entirely. Not entirely.
So perhaps you attribute it to the fact that she doesn't like the idea of a whole bunch of people going around killing people in her hometown, or perhaps, she doesn't like it because she's been trying to run the Ebon Vale,
She doesn't
and
like
maybe she has
competition.
expansionist dreams. Who knows?
Yeah, she believes like you see it as competition. He realized you don't, but also he realized that you might cause an international incident that might be counterproductive of his goals of preventing Belfum to come underneath his older brother's siblings' gaze.
So I will actually emphasize, and you can tell that I'm being truthful, that all I want to do is talk to these people unless they're here to explicitly cause problems and hurt
He
people.
says, slightly shifting gears.
Yes.
So now that you've called me out on my bullshit, you want to have a friendly chat with them, I'll be like, no, legit. I want to actually talk with them.
Child, calm down. I understand your worry about the Assassin's Guild, but I will gladly speak to my associate who will be visiting us in our home, not here, but the Vale, even Vale, about the Assassin's Guild.
I will
let you know what he says.
I will be informed. Thank you.
Okay, but is Ezra back? So
Yeah, Ezra would be back by now.
okay.
Why didn't you tell me this earlier? You could have saved me a day at the library.
Well, he didn't. He's
I didn't know. You did not
I'm just
ask.
kidding. I fucking love the library.
Nerd.
So, Ezra, well, I at least need to get back to the Vale as soon as possible.
Agreed, let's head home.
I mean, I may need to leave before you and make better time.
Well, I mean, I've got nothing else I need to do here. We can just leave.
Okay, I mean, I need to be there tomorrow.
We can buy horses. We'll get there quicker.
Is there
Okay.
a
Rent horses.
teleportation circle here or something now?
Okay, brother.
The horses would be cheaper,
Definitely.
and we'd still get there in about a day and a half, maybe.
I guess it just
You
depends
certainly
on how
can.
urgent this is.
We need to be there, as I said, tomorrow, or things may become extremely difficult.
Well, let's go find horses. I mean, it takes us like 2 days to walk from Ebon Vale to here. So, I mean, on horses, we'll probably be able to get there by, the end of the day or something.
Especially we
Ori
can
is a
travel during the
paladin.
night. The path is pretty well
Or the
established.
paladin.
Mori's a paladin who will smite Greenwood so hard. That's a joke.
Oh.
He
Okay.
is like an older uncle that has reprimanded me on many occasions. He is worried.
He's not a militant type of guy. You could
No,
probably
but he is a close friend to my father, to the point of, like I said, an older uncle who may or may not look down on me. I'm worried about him. Last time I knew him, I was like 12.
So either way,
There's
we
all
need
the-
to get back home.
Yes.
Yes.
Then let's
Let's
get
go.
moving.
Let's go.
Yes.
you'll purchase.
We go. We get horses and we head on.
Like
It's
me,
a hard ride.
Yeah, I hop on him and we like gun it. Moving like faster than these guys, leave them out there like an hour or two. ahead of us.
You can basically, you guys have sort of tamed the wilderness that is the Southern Highway. You guys have basically cleared out any danger, and if any danger did show up, it would be like Season 2 Team Rocket. Like the 11-year, just the 11-year-olds just give them no respect. So you'll have the option to either a horse gets you. Remind me how far a horse gets you in one day. Just at a normal trot.
I mean,
there's actual notes for those, and I forget what they are. Give me a second.
It's like it's under travel, Paizo travel.
Yeah.
oh, I pulled up horse light. They have a speed of 50 feet,
Vehicles.
so we can move roughly double speed.
All right, so in a hard ride, you guys can cover 60 miles. It's evening time now. You spent the day shopping, and it's sundown. Do you want to ride all night?
I am.
Depending on the horse. Light horse, 5 miles per hour. Heavy horse, 5 miles per hour. So as long as they're not carrying too heavy a load, we can do 5 miles an hour per day, 40 miles.
Yeah, but if we push them, Raj gave us to 60, and so I'm going to take that number.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah,
If you
we
wanna
would be
push-
pushing it.
All right. So
Not
And
pushing
then
them till they die, but pushing them, a little bit, faster.
Alternating walking and trotting frequently.
Travis, for me, I'm just gonna kind of make these up and say these horses have a +3 to Constitution. Okay. Roll for me just a single 1d20 Constitution. I don't want you to roll many of them because that's like a quadruple disadvantage. Okay.
It's probably better if I'm not the one rolling these.
No, it's
My
anybody.
rolls are terrible.
It's a 1d20 +3, so it's a 9. So your horses, by the 60th mile, are exhausted. They cannot go any further. I don't know what Eames can probably
He can push it to 60 to 6 miles per hour.
roll a d20 for Eames plus his Constitution for me. Constitution check.
Can I ride with you? I weigh like next to nothing.
Sure.
Yay!
Okay, Eames can keep pushing if you want him to. It's 60 miles. He's drooling. White foam is just like puddling.
Yeah, me and him push it like all the way to the back of the keep if we can.
All right, so you push. You're going to continue on to the. You're going to keep pushing, and I'm assuming that everybody else, their horses are tired. You can tell me whether or not you want to rest, or you just kind of want to do some kind of like Grand Theft Auto thing where you just leave the horses behind, or.
Would the horses be able to walk behind us, or do they have to literally rest?
They're exhausted.
There's all
You didn't beat a 10 even, so it's like they're just like crying, they're whinnying, they can't go on.
Elendra's
Ezra's not going to push that.
Yeah, Elendra's going to make everybody stop because that's.
I'm going ahead with Greenwood and Eames.
Greenwood and Safiria are on Eames, so they're gone. It's only Ezra and Alendra left right now.
Okay.
Sexy
So-
night in the wood with 4 horses.
we
4
will.
horses.
We will.
2 horses. You're riding with on Eames the whole time.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
Sure.
We'll do like a basic party split.
I think Safiri and Greenwood should get their own buddy cop film. I'm just saying. Maybe a
it's
TV
possible.
series.
It's like lawful good, chaotic. I say chaotic good, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Leave it at
Ring of mind
chaotic.
shielding. You can't tell what her alignment is.
Yeah, just leave it
Yeah,
at chaotic.
you said it was you got the positive. You told me that you would be good, so that you could have the channel positive energy. Okay, or whatever that was that
Yes.
kept you from dying.
Yep.
So basically, Ezra and Alendra are so Greenwood just kind of like urgently will continue on, won't stop, pushes Eames. You can see Eames is just like whatever, and just keeps going. And then the two of you are left alone.
Ezra goes about making camp.
Yeah, Lendra's gonna help as well. This isn't really
Feels
anything
like
new.
making camp.
Yeah, this is just like normal.
Yeah.
Camping out like normal.
Alendra, you have this like terrible feeling inside. It's gotten worse.
She's pregnant.
No. No.
Who has a new halfling on the way? New half elf on the way.
She's gonna kind of just stop what she's doing and kind of put like a hand over her heart. Kind of confused because she's not sure why she has this feeling.
Are you alright?
You know how I said that I had that weird feeling earlier that I just couldn't put words to? It's gotten worse, and I don't. It's like the closer we get to home, the worse the feeling is. I can't.
I wish I knew
explain it.
what I could do to help.
I wish I could tell you what you can do to help. This is terrible, and I. Ugh.
Whatever it is, it's probably got to do with Malcolm, though. I mean, what else could it be at this point in time?
Do you want to try? I'm going to make a suggestion. Do you want to try and make a prayer?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll for it, or do you want me to like?
Are you guys stuck somewhere where you can't roll? Here. You can roll. I'll tell you what. I'll roll behind a screen.
Okay.
You tell me what you do.
She's gonna just find a quiet space away from, not too far away, but like, you know, just on the outskirts of the camp that they've set up. And she's gonna sit against a tree and kind of meditate, thinking on like Desna, and she's gonna be holding the wooden symbol that Safiri had made for her. And she's just gonna focus on that and focus on her connection that she hopes she still has to Desna. And she's gonna ask for guidance, like ask for any kind of insight as to why she keeps getting these terrible gut feelings.
Okay. Actually, yeah, you sold me on insight. If you want to roll, basically, wisdom.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 for that. That's fucking terrible.
So you pray, and you sort of say the classics, and then you sort of try and talk like you're talking to Desna or intercede, and you generally, when you do these things, at worst you get a feeling of comfort. Like, even if you don't receive any kind of sign or like word, you know, like a message in your heart or something like that, at worst you would feel just comforted that your relationship is there, that you have that bond with, you know, a good God who's caring, and you don't even feel that.
She's gonna stare down at the wooden holy symbol. Is this not enough?
Tap it, make sure the batteries are in.
Yeah. Is this thing on?
You don't even feel anything other than just this really horrible, like, loneliness.
She's just gonna sit there for a little bit and just kind of... It's like she's almost gone into a catatonic state. She's just that numb.
It is kind of numbing, like being kind of like a spiritual person, you aren't usually like you don't even really know what it feels like to be numb, probably in that way. But yeah, you just kind of have to in order to survive on the inside, kind of thing.
Ezra knows how she's feeling.
Ezra,
and he walks over and puts his arm around her.
She's just gonna lean into him, but not say anything, because there's really nothing to say.
There is those comfort. I mean, it's not like you can't feel feelings, right? Like,
yeah.
It's not like that. It's just that when it comes to these, like, you being a spiritual person, and then, like, the God's supposed to kind of have a presence, that feels like it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's testing you. But Ezra you can certainly feel those feelings. It's not like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean. Okay.
Empathy.
Yeah. So, basically, Ezra, you wrap your arm around her, and, Ezra, you yourself actually kind of have you're a fighter, so it's like it's not your main thing, but you definitely have like a feeling, just like when you wrap your arm around her, like there is something that's actually like fading or missing, just that glow,
She's not quite as holy as she used to be.
Sort of. Alright. So, and you guys will sort of comfort each other, and then we're going to cut over to Greenwood. You'll arrive basically riding a full day and a half, so you'll arrive mid-morning. So you spend the whole day pushing. Yep. So you'll arrive in like the town sort of moving about. The general morale of the town has been very low lately, with all of the horrible like things that are kind of going on. Mm-hmm. You will arrive, and you will have Safiria with you, and the two of you will just sort of make your way in town, and the sheriff, whose name yet again escapes me, will...
I have it written somewhere. I'll pull it up eventually.
Question, is the roof of the tavern finally been fixed, or is it still like a giant hole?
Tavern's fixed. Don't worry about the tavern. It's all patched up. It's still being refurbished a little bit.
On the inside or the outside?
Both.
Damn it.
Why?
I'm trying to, like he's worried about trying to make a good impression and doesn't feel like try to make sure this diplomatic meeting that's coming up doesn't like go wrong and that everything looks fine. And having a giant hole in the tavern that sits in the middle of the town is not the best thing to show.
Well, I mean, it's also got a big dragon skull hanging off the front of it that's, like, maybe still being mounted, so there's a good reason that there would be a hole in the tavern. So, I mean, it's not terrible, it's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
You'll arrive, and you'll be greeted by a few of the watchmen, and they'll see Safiri kind of on the back of the direwolf, and they'll say, "Welcome home, Safiri, Lady Safiri." What do they call you, Safiri? I mean,
they call me Anya.
Anya. I forget again.
I'll be garbed appropriately.
Yeah. So Greenwood will. Yeah. Basically, one of the standing men will give a gruff, "Welcome back, Lord Greenwood."
Yes. You know where Henry is?
Henry? I believe he's in his office at the keep.
Thank you. And I let Eames go and I walk the rest of the way. Eames, thank you, my good friend. Go rest.
Okay, you're heading to the keep.
Yeah, I'm ready to keep. Let's talk to Henry.
Safiri, what do you want to do?
Oh, she's going to check on the friggin' management of the town since she's been gone, for a couple days. So she's just going to try to... Whoop, that's the wrong button. She's just going to try to see what's going on, make sure the academy's running smoothly, make sure all of the construction projects that are happening are going fine, make sure that the Thieves Guild isn't freaking the shiz out, and seeing if they have any information on the Assassins Guild, and pass on the info she gathered in Four Corners to them. So there we go. That's a 35 check.
So you're just kind of making a general management
So
assessment?
I'm doing my town management stuff as well as passing on information to my guild.
There's some corrections that had to be made with your enterprise. Basically, your two standing minions botched a job pretty bad, and one of them, the half-elf wizard, whose name is Patrick, is now wearing a bandage over his head. Basically, they were trying to swindle some people in a remote mining town in the west. They try to keep, they don't like the crap where they eat, so they left town, and they botched the job pretty bad. They lost a bunch of their equipment. Steven basically got an eye smashed with a fist, and just reprimands needed all around. The operation's running smoothly. In terms of Thieves Guild slash Assassins Guild type stuff, even with the 35, this is obscure knowledge that you can't seem to squeeze out of anywhere that you look, other than that book.
All right.
The word is that Alendra's one of Alendra's brothers and her father left town to go to Svelgard for the funeral. The Jarl passed away recently, and so they were once they received word of it, they felt like they had to go to the funeral, so they've left. And as in terms of like just your cookie trade, you can say that you earned 70 gold.
All right. Makes up for all of the money I put out on bribes.
So that's that. Greenwood, you kick the door open of the keep. Oh, God.
Do I hear anything about like the embassy or like visitors or stuff like that?
Yes, there are two men in town who are staying in the inn. They're very generous. They buy a lot of drinks, and they've basically They've been asking like about Greenwood, and they've talked a lot about Greenwood, and they seem to be nice guys.
Right. So when I hear this, I'm like, this is of interest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much wrap my cloak around me and disappear. Because I can do that because I'm in my home turf, mother fluffers.
Okay.
So Greenwood will obviously know I'm there because I'm not sure that I can beat his thing, but he knows I'm looking out for you, buddy. So that's what I do. Okay, go Greenwood.
Okay. So Greenwood, you kick the keep open. Henry, Ezra's butler, will. Good afternoon, sir. How was your travels?
As well. Has several people of my complexion appeared yet? Ambassadors from the country of continent of Vesh. Have they arrived yet?
Indeed, my lord. They are staying in the inn. I unfortunately was afraid I didn't want to give them a room in the keep. I have not been granted permission from you authority figures to do so. However, I put them up in the best room.
Good. Thank you. I had hoped to be here before they arrived, but it seems I was unable to. Thank you for your consideration. Next time when we have guests of such importance, please make them at home in the keep. Give them somewhere somewhere, give them find what they need and what they ask for, and provide them with nice accommodations. So next time, without asking, you can put them up here in the keep. If Ezra has any problems, he can speak with me. Direct him to me.
As you wish, Lord Greenwood. You seem like you're rather exhausted. Would you like me to draw up a bath?
Uh, he looks down at himself. Yes, actually, yes. I need a moment to gather myself. I've been riding all night and day, so
Yeah.
So, the laughs. It's 8 o'clock. Henry will draw a bath for Greenwood, and he'll put out some fresh towels, and he'll fill up the tub with fresh hot water, and he can sort of take a minute to just kind of relax and regather his composure.
yep.
So, yeah, I lost track of time. Maybe that happened like 7 days ago or so. The hole in the roof, but it's fine. It's been like 3 months since we've played this campaign. So
Yeah.
let's take a break, and then we will resume at 8:15, 9:15 for Brian, 6:15 for Travis and Matt, 7:15 for Angie.
Thank you, Raj.
Remembered.
Yes.
Yay!
Canada time. Canada time.
Mountain, but okay.
Canada time. Canada time.
Kanakistan?
Okay. Yes. Canada. Okay. All right. It's gonna get Middle Eastern up in here pretty quick, so I'm ready. All right. We'll be back 10 minutes. I'll be back 10 minutes.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. tell us when the stream is live, Angie. So
We're back.
Okay. All right. So Greenwood, basically Henry, he's not gay, but he has no problem just completely like violating your personal space while he's getting you fresh.
Is it a 3?
You know what I
Because
mean?
then it's not gay.
Good then.
He will just like crudely like just dry every part of you, and just like all the while he just like is like giving you like the news, giving you just
So
telling.
he's helping me get dressed essentially. While
Yeah, he like forces a tuxedo on you. He's really good at it too.
Yes.
And,
He's had the practice with the tuxedo from Ezra, but Ezra has threatened him that if he ever touches him with that towel, he'll kill him.
Yeah. So he knows his place. He knows that he can't survive a CR-10 encounter as a level 1 aristocrat, but he.
Good for us.
Alright, I need to shit. Alright, hang on. Let me change all these encounters. Hang on. Alright, okay.
Let's get to the fucking point already, shall we?
You come downstairs and you are fresh, ready to go, and he basically tells you that they are at the tavern and that he's actually quite impressed with how nice Maury is.
Yes, he's an excellent diplomat. He's what he's known for.
So what do you do?
Well, since I'm fresh, it don't look like I just traveled across country for 12 hours. I walk back down there at a leisure place so I don't mess up much clothes, and try to meet him at the tavern, at the inn.
Okay. You walk into town, and as you make your way to the Flowing Flagon, you hear this boisterous oh.
Here we go. And I
I love
push
how
in.
nervous you sound. Like, you actually sound physically nervous. That's funny.
And I push in the door to the tavern.
Alright. You open the door, and you basically see some citizens of the town are sort of huddled around this enormously overweight African man with a thick black beard and smiling eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He is dressed from head to toe in what appears to be traditional Kingdom of God, sort of like medieval armor.
Mm-hmm.
And his headdress is that of a traditional member of your father's court. When you come in, you see that he's just this, he takes up 2 chairs, and he's just kind of leaning back, and he's just telling stories and just talking with all of the unwashed, just as if he were one of them. And sitting next to him is he's a white man, and he's wearing similar armor, except it's plate mail. And he is he's actually kind of sitting there, just kind of quietly listening. He's very stern looking, and you've never seen him before.
Mm.
They haven't noticed that you're here. They haven't noticed you at all.
Yes. I gotta take him on, breathe in, call myself. I've got his name, the bastard's name, and for God reason, a brain can't click on what his name. His
name is Maury.
Maury, that's what I know. Apologies. Maury!
Okay. So I will illustrate this for you guys, because Maury actually gets a token. Hang on. Copy. So you sort of extend out, you shout Maury, and the whole tavern kind of turns and looks at you. So if you, Roger, you are the best for actually naming him Maury. No, no, not that Maury. Jarrell, we find out today whether or not you are the true father. Alright,
Hey, he had to run away for some reason.
My earlier shit posting.
Alright, so, to make a good impression, roll charisma.
Charisma.
Alright, so for a split second, he, is shocked, and he says, Hera Jorel. And he sort of ugh! And when he stands, the whole floor trembles, and he sort of waddles over to you.
Does the chair groan after he gets up?
Yes, and he he'll actually kneel before you as best he can.
Yes.
Hera Jorel, look at you. Look at you. And he'll
Yes, I'm alive, despite what has been said about me. What is going on?
He'll give you this huge hug that
Yes,
picks you up off the ground. Oh, look at you!
Yes. Yes, Morty, I've not the child I once was, as you obviously. Actually, I'm much of a man myself. Getting on to my age as well. Stroking my beard.
He says, yes, I barely recognized you. Where is your beast, that little tiny wolf?
He is about. I had rushed to meet you, and may have overextended him, so I gave him leave to for him to leave to go and refresh himself and rest, basically. I was not expecting you to be here so quickly and arrive essentially my doorstep so early, so I had to rush back to meet you.
He says, indeed, we made great time. This place is so small.
Yes, it's a small, humble place. I like back at home. But, despite how much I missed it, I have made a life for myself here. Very nice life with simple people, among friends.
I wish to meet these friends. I've heard much of this Lord Ezrahan and the
Lady Alendra.
Lady Alendra. Oh, I wish to meet her. Oh, so beautiful. I've never seen an elf before.
There's not many elves where from. Dwarves, a few sand dwarves, but not of the third elves, where we're from.
Yes, I've actually met a dwarf here.
That's much darker hair and slightly more coarse. Slightly more coarse and more freeing in their speaking.
I can barely understand what they're saying.
And it took me at least a dozen years before I finally get all the accents down.
He says, Hannah Jorel, tell me, will you join us for dinner? Or for breakfast?
Gladly. But give me a moment so that I may inquire about, like I said, the Lord Ezra who was traveling with me. Ed came ahead as a welcoming party while they took their time and effort to come to follow behind me. So they may be here later today.
Yes, you see a diamond dagger sticking out of the belt of this woman right here.
Awesome.
And she winks at you. Mori will say, as you wish, Hera. I am at your service as always. Your father brings you much instruction from home, but we will get to that later. For now,
yes,
let us enjoy the day.
Yes. Let's leave the business to later.
He says, oh, I almost forgot. Let me introduce you to my companion. And he calls him over. And it's this white man, kind of stern looking. And he says, this is my companion, Brother Wayne, a fellow member of the church. He has come here with me to help me take a look at things and take a look around. And he also has instructions to meet with this Lady Alendra. Apparently, she is a member of the church, and we must talk to her.
I understand. This matters, but once again, let's leave matters for a more intimate setting than here. And let's enjoy ourselves first, and leave more serious matters to be spoken of in more intimate arrangements.
I am at your command, Herr. Come at me. I shall be here either in the inn, away from this awful stormy sky, or in my room. I am at your service.
But we'll speak about that. Maybe we can move you into more comfortable accommodations up in the keep.
I would be delighted, my Herr.
Yes, but first, as you said, let's eat breakfast. I'm famished. You?
Famished indeed. I'm always famished, and he slaps his portly.
I shall call him Volstagg.
Let's see myself.
Was that a bluff? Do you need to roll a bluff to laugh at that, or is that real?
No, I was actually laughing. I just horrible laughing at that.
Okay. Alright. So, basically, Jarrell's gonna be running around town, trying to get his situation sorted out. By about midday, after trying to catch up, unless you guys want to do something like just cut off the road and just go off on your own campaign, Alendra and Ezra will arrive in town.
We follow along.
So you'll arrive. You can see, basically, you have no idea where the hell Saphira is, as usual, and you see Jarrell just running around. Eames is with the horses. He's just lapping up water. He's probably asleep.
He's taking a nap. He's legit taking a nap like underneath a tree.
So there you guys are. I don't know if that shift click worked.
Well, I was already there. It is. That worked.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know if it works because it's like I'm already there.
Since we're here, let's go check the tavern first and see where he's at.
That was my thought.
He's in there.
You guys will step in, and basically a few people will. I love Matt's quiet involvement in everything.
You'll walk pointing that out first. To be fair.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It was Angie who helped me out with that one.
Okay. So you will walk into the tavern, and immediately you see this strange sight, something very, just something completely, out of place here, which is, as I've described, Maury. Maury is sitting at the tavern table, and keep in mind, he's basically been in the same spot since breakfast. And he is sort of jovially making conversation, and this other guy next to him is sort of listening, and he's jotting things down in a book. Greenwood is no longer in this spot right now, so I'm deleting you.
Cool.
And you step in, and the bartender, who is the renowned, beloved, everyone's favorite NPC, Thomas. Will you sound excited for the first time. Thomas has been missed ever in his life, and he will begin to get you guys your favorite drinks right away.
Yeah, Ezra notices Maury, but people travel through towns all the time. He's not thinking it's anything too weird, so he just walks up and gives us a drink.
Yeah, Alendra notices as well, and she does notice the paladin-looking person. I'm assuming he gives off an aura of good, because,
Yes.
So.
In fact, actually, I didn't get a chance to bring this up until just now. Your disconnect, your discomfort, your this constant pain, this constant thorn in your side, when you walk in the tavern, is immediately very much eliminated. You feel
Really?
at ease, you feel peaceful, you feel warm, and you detect good. Basically, from both of them, you can sort of see, and actually, it's pretty obvious. Make a perception check. You have to crit fail, and I notice this. 34, yes. Okay, so the paladin, across his neck is a platinum chain that is holding a shimmering platinum holy symbol of Desna. You can see that both of them are wearing Desna's kind of royal purple, and you can see that Mori across his back is this fashioned, very large star knife. And the two of them are more or less just kind of Maury is jovially talking, and this guy over here, he's kind of quietly, kind of sternly listening. But he does put off a vibe of good, and you sense that the inner pain, the connection is almost restored fully. Almost, not completely.
So she's going to actually wander over. And she's going to get here and kind of just bow to them. Greetings, fellow Desmonds.
They look over their shoulder, and they just kind of nod at you. Hello, he says Maury.
It's not often that I see others of my faith here that I have not already brought here. My name is Alendra Goldleaf. What brings you to our little vale?
They will brandish their holy symbols, as is kind of a tradition. Actually, Maury's holy symbol is his huge shield. He smashes it into the ground. It doesn't. I'm sorry. He doesn't smash it into the ground. He politely hammers it into the ground, and he shows you this really cute butter. It's out of place. It's a butterfly on top of a war shield.
It's not out of place to her, trust me.
And he says, "Sister." And he looks at you, and when this guy looks at you, he kind of politely greets you. This guy looks at you, and his eyes go huge wide, like anime. Are you Elendra?
I believe I did say so, but I could have just thought it out. Yes, I'm Elendra.
He says, my goodness. The rumors are true.
Oh, damn. He about to hit on you, girl.
Says, as beautiful as the snow-capped mountains of the frozen north. You even look like snow. And he gently touches your hair.
Please, just, I'm flattered, but no need to touch. Sorry.
He says, and look
at this point, Ezra, because I did say that he walks over with the drinks, he would walk up at this point.
Yes, he says, yes, I have never seen such beauty before in all of my life. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Maury, of the Kingdom of Gon. And he bows.
Welcome to our humble establishment.
And he looks over and he sees Ezra and he says, greetings to you, friend.
Hey, greetings to you as well.
My
I'm Ezra.
apologies. This
I'm sorry?
is Lord Ezra Hain.
He says, Lord Ezra, I have heard much of you. I am Maury of the Kingdom of Gon. I am a very close member to the I'm a very close friend of the family of Jorel. Hera Jorel, he says.
What do you mean you're a friend of his family? I thought he just came over here from somewhere else. You look like you're quite a bit of something else. He
looks at you and kind of squints and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Say that again.
Never mind.
I didn't.
Never mind.
Racist.
No.
He says, "I'm sorry. I couldn't quite understand what you were saying. Could you say? I'm sorry. Could you repeat yourself, please?"
I'm saying that you look quite a bit fancier than what I'm used to seeing Jarell looking.
He looks over at Wayne, and Wayne begins to speak in like Gone to him, and he laughs and he says, "Oh, you are too kind," and he awkwardly will bow. He says, "Lord Ezra, grant me permission to stay in your town, and I shall reward your people with much patronage."
Of course you can stay, as long as you don't hurt anybody. I mean, I'm fine with it.
You see Saphiri across the table giving, like, she hears, like, much patronage and gives, like, thumbs up strategically in the background.
He looks at Wayne, and Wayne sort of translates what Ezra says into Gun. And he says, Brother Wayne says, "Please forgive us. We weren't expecting to meet someone from the Southern Kingdoms here. Maury was not briefed on their dialect." And you can tell that he has, like...
Speak in common, it's not that strange.
Yes. You have a regional dialect that we weren't quite prepared for.
Oh, you're talking about my accent. Alright, that's fine.
Maury looks like... You see, like, question marks, like, floating over Maury's head as he speaks.
We'll get someone to provide subtitles for Ezra while he's here.
I'm probably going to be the person doing it. I can't.
But as Ezra has said, you are more than welcome to stay here for as long as you need.
He will bow, and he says, "Oh, forgive me, I almost forgot. I have a gift for you, Lady Alendra."
For me?
Yes, from the High Cleric of Desna.
I didn't know that I was known to the High Cleric.
And he gives you a small chest. It's got, like, the purplish marble trim. And it's got, beautiful butterflies and stars and moons engraved all over it. It's very opulent. And the small chest itself looks like it is extremely fancy.
I don't even know what I did to deserve this. She's kind of gonna sense motive, because this is so weird. So it's a thing?
Yeah. So, like, Maury is lawful good. Wayne is lawful good.
Lawful good, and they're clerics of Desna?
I'm sorry, not lawful good. Neutral good.
I was gonna say,
Neutral good. So they're like, intent is good 100%. Everywhere. And, you can tell that Maury's doesn't have a malicious intent, but he is actually trying to buy favor with you. It's looking like he's trying to, like you can look at him right in the eye. You can see that he wants to, basically have, like, a kind of a church meeting.
Mm-hmm, a church meeting.
But that's actually, like, I don't know, like a religious-centered kind of meeting to talk about Desna shit.
An ecumenical council.
He wants to talk.
Not
he wants to have a meeting.
Not enough for people to be the council.
He'll come out and say it. He'll say, "Yes, at some point, Lady Alendra, it is our duty, Brother Wayne and I, to bring instructions to the clerics all over the land, wherever we find them. And there is basically a ecumenical, thank you, Matt, ecumenical shift that must be addressed to everyone. Now, this, of course, is a gift from the Archcleric. Word of your good deeds has traveled all the way to the Golden City. So this is yours." Take it.
We'll have to send my thanks, and she takes it, of course. How big is this chest?
Fits in both your hands comfortably.
Okay. So, like, could she tuck it under her arm, maybe?
Well, they look like they're waiting for you to open it.
Oh, okay. She will... Ezra, could you put down the drinks and just hold this for me for a moment so I can rummage through it.
Ezra does, yeah.
So she's gonna, wait for him to put down the drinks, and then she'll hand him the thing, and then...
Okay. You pop it open. It fills the room with purplish white light. This is a platinum holy symbol of Desna. Opulently encrusted with jewels and pearls and sigils. Beautiful. The most ornate holy symbol you've ever seen.
Tears actually, start to well up in her eyes.
He says, yes. There is much discussion of your success, and you have earned yourself the right to become the High Cleric of Desna in the Western regions.
She is literally speechless. Like, if she was trying to speak, it would be like...
Says,
So
Ezra's just
Shafiri sort
smiling.
of gently applauds from the corner.
yes, this friend over here, she is so strange, but I don't notice her at all.
We have a number of interesting patrons come through.
Brother Wayne will kind of crudely interject, and he'll say, yes, Lady Alendra, when you have a moment, Brother Maury and I wish to give you a message from the High Cleric. It's a bit involved, and we'll have to actually set up a meeting. He does wish to meet with you, and it just so happens that we have the capabilities to make that happen from this remote location. At your convenience, we will set up a meeting with the High Cleric.
Whenever is good for you. I think she's gonna take the symbol out of the chest and actually put it around her neck. Unless Ezra, do you need me to for anything?
No, you're fine. If you'd like, you can do this at the shrine we made.
That would be perfect.
So he will basically tell you, he'll say, I shall immediately arrange a meeting with the High Cleric. It is very important that you are on time. As soon as I get the exact hour, I shall message you. I assume
Ezra asks them if they want to go to the shrine, which is more highly favored towards Desna because of Alendra. So
Wayne will say, allow me, Brother Maury, I shall go. You stay here and continue your relations building. And he will say, I was about to form a terrible relationship with a plate of chickens.
Speaking of, I think I am kind of famished. It'd be nice to have a meal.
Wayne will excuse himself. Alright, where'd Greenwood go?
I ate breakfast. I had left to go arrange prepare the room for them in the keep.
Yes, okay, so Henry and a bunch of maids will oversee this horrible task. Or not horrible task, just this painstaking task.
Look
Yes.
at all my disciples!
Yes.
Hey,
They
Mom.
will be very excited to see their lady again. I don't know what I did with the Greenwood, so I'm going to grab them again. I've learned all these fast keys, and I'm just bouncing everywhere. It's great. From map to map. Okay. P. Players. Alright, Greenwood. So, you're preparing a fine room.
Yep.
And the Henry will essentially just ask you a few questions if you would like the room scented and what you want it scented with.
I believe it's like I said, sandalwood, something that ilk. Specifically, it's like a sandalwood-like smell. Something from Maury and probably his companion. Make sure that he has extra cushions in his bed, and that's much larger.
He says, "Indeed, sir. Forgive me, but we do not have sandalwood. We have jasmine and fresh cut grass.
we don't have sandalwood, but we have wooden sandals.
We have new cotton.
Newcastle. I go with the jasmine. Newcastle smells too much of the neighboring kingdom.
He says, as you wish. I am international politics, unfortunately, are wasted upon me. And he'll sort of just sort of pile pillows. Like there's no bed on Earth that could probably not have to be custom made for this guy.
Yeah.
So they'll just pile pillows as high as they can and just make it as nice as they can. And he'll say, "What shall I serve our guests for dinner?"
Chickens.
Something other than chicken. He had chicken today. He
So-
prefers a variety.
Indeed. Perhaps a plate of fruit?
To start off with, make sure to have that on hand constantly.
Well, I mean, we have something very exotic, which would be dragon.
Ah, yes.
We
Maybe.
do. We have a good... Butler Henry senses the words of his lord. Indeed, we do. We have a good store of dragon.
Ah, yes. Yes. Maybe use the jerky as for stew as the main course, along with followed by a nice course for dinner using, maybe sherbet.
Indeed, sir. I shall have our chefs begin chilling the desserts immediately.
Yes. I'm unsure about his companion. You probably need a separate room for him. Probably put it across the hall or a few doors down from Melinda's room. Is it one of them open? Free.
He says, "Of course, there are many rooms in this house."
Yes, there is. As I said, put his companion 2 doors down, and probably put Moira down 2 doors down from that, so that he has space. He tends to snore, if I remember correctly.
As you wish.
Yes.
In fact, our innkeeper told us that he kept everyone else up all night.
Then it has not changed. Thank you. I'll probably get back to him to play the role of the host until Lord Ezra gets back.
Indeed.
Yes.
We will.
Go back. Return to the inn.
Okay, you'll head back. Henry does not notice your stress, so he just kind of goes about his own business.
Yep.
Offers you no comforts, unfortunately.
Yep.
You'll head into town, and then you'll see basically that Ezra and Alendra are enjoying themselves, eating lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yep. Oh. Are you eating lunch, Alindra?
She looks up with a mouthful.
Yeah.
With a mouthful, Ezra just goes,
Greenwood walks up to a table while Linda's just spooning food into her mouth and goes, "Are you eating lunch today?"
Like that. So I believe, have you met Mori, the large individual?
I
Over there.
have.
I think that they both point over at the same time at Mori. Yeah.
Well, Alendra holds up her new fancy holy symbol. I have most definitely met and spoken with Mori.
Apparently he can't understand the word I'm saying.
Yes.
What was that?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
This is mean.
Yes. I understand your accent. Even it took a while for me to finally understand your accent, despite having lived much closer to your people. But,
So what exactly is he to you? Ezra wasn't here for the whole conversation that you had with everybody about it. So
I explained. He sits down. I explained to it. Is he? I turn around to make sure if when not more is looking at me or is he still holding on a conversation in the background? With
Yeah,
the patrons.
it's like piles of plates everywhere, and he's just kind of got his fingers crossed, leaned back. He's talking to people.
Okay, so he may see me, he may not. I just want to make sure he's not like looking over here from like.
No, he's not looking over there.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
if you would have made eye contact when he come in, he would have
Yeah.
bowed his head without moving the rest
Yes.
of his body.
Yes. Maury is one of the advisors of my father. I may not fully explain this, but I am technically a prince. One that's believed dead, but still a prince.
The little bit of food that had been hanging out of Ezra's mouth falls out. Holy shit! Are you serious? You're a prince? What the fuck?
Yes.
I had no idea that
didn't-
your family had such strong connections to Desna.
Yes, it's one of the more larger churches from my homeland. It's a long story.
Why didn't you tell us?
For many reasons, I wanted not be known that I'm alive. For various reasons.
Ezra just looks confused.
You
Ezra looks
want people
confused.
to think you're dead.
Much of the people in my country do believe I'm dead. And it's at the moment, it's a complicated situation.
There is much you have not told us, isn't there?
That is true. And there's many reasons, mostly due to the fact that I am not the person I was when I was a prince. Not to say I was a bad person, it's just I've lived more of my life here than I have at home in Vesh. Well, let me explain my history then. I was born as the third prince of Gon, to the third son of Kal-El, Kal-El, king of Gon.
I'm
Unlike
sorry.
my-
Pause. Are
Yes.
you Jor-El, son of Kal-El?
Just let it go. Just
Yes.
let it slide.
Yes, I totally
Let it
did
slide.
that.
I
Oh!
You're gonna have to just get used to it. I like it.
Alright, go for it.
I totally did it on purpose.
He cut himself off as he was saying, "All right, I'm done with it."
Totally did that. So, unlike my brothers, unlike my oldest brother who was groomed to be the heir, and my younger brother who was groomed to be the military leader of the country, I was brought up to be the clerical leader of the country, to head up the largest of to be groomed to become the head of the largest of the religious clergies in our country. But unfortunately, despite how in this country there's somewhat of a divide between the clergy and the political nature, they are much more entwined in Vesh. And like politics happens, things can get messy. This is not the first time that Vesh has sent a contingency of ambassadors to Belfum. The previous time was approximately 20 years ago, and I was sent when I was still an acolyte. I was sent here along with the party. Unfortunately, people with disinterest and dissatisfied with the current royalty had sought to have me killed off, removed, and for the most part, they succeeded. While I was able to get away from my killers, I was left in a state for a period of time, unable to really come back. And much of the country assumed I was dead.
So what you're saying is they sent assassins after you when you left the country?
Yes, they were sent along with the party, the bastard party, specifically to see that I did not return.
Well, that fucking sucks.
So, there were assassins after you in Belfum. So when I asked you,
20
do you
years
know
ago.
anything about assassins in Belfum? And you said,
This was
no.
20 years ago, they left. They
You
left.
didn't do a sense motive on Jarrell.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think I needed to.
Burn.
Poor form, me.
Yes. They believe, like I said, I was able to get away, but as I said, I was very injured. I fell into a river and was soon dead.
So they want to kill you because you're the son of such and such. That's the only reason they're after your life.
I don't see why they would think me to after my life now. As I said, I was left to heal for months, and by that time, they had already returned home with news, received both to the people they were hired out to and my siblings of my demise.
So, is your family name actually Greenwood?
No, that was the name I took, partially, as I said, to hide the fact I'm alive. It was given to me by the person who rescued me from my assassins. It was complicated. I had fell into a river and was saved by a druid. And was taught.
You don't have to worry about explaining it too hard. I mean, we'll believe you because you're our friend, so you don't have to go too crazy.
Yes, but
We'll believe you.
after after my death, news came to my family. They took it up front to get rid of their opposition who sought to oppose the throne. Me to meet my death as a martyr, as a figurehead for the movement and the purge of dissidents among the royalty. And I just thought it better for me to stay here and out of way, where I could undermine the movement and the purge by letting the fact that no one I was alive.
And possibly live your own life.
That too. The politics was not for me even back then. So I took to a life here.
Well, we're glad to have you, that's for sure.
Thank you. I
This is
Thank
obviously stressing you out quite a bit.
yes. Well, less about the past and more about about Maury. As I said, he's advised my father. He's a good man, very good man, a very loyal man. But the problem comes in is that he has where his loyalty is from moment to moment. While provides loyalty to all of them, he has determined whether the loyalty at the moment standing behind is towards his church, my father, or to the country of gone. And I'm unsure of which is which and where for reasons for being here entirely. That's what I was worried about.
So his
This is
Well,
my
father,
you're our friend, so no matter what happens, you're with us. We're with you. That's all that matters.
His father didn't. Your father didn't send him then.
No, he did send him. I was trying to ascertain was exactly reasons for being here.
Just a reminder, Brian. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Just a reminder, Brian. You were told by your older brother, basically just kind of dictated to you that you're going to be giving. You're going to be helping Maury to discern whether or not Belfum it would be advantageous for basically what to do with Belfum.
Yes, and that's what I was trying to worried about. How much he's
The standing army that he commands is well over like 3 or 4 times the population of this little tiny place.
yes, and I'm fully aware of it. That's why I was worried about. I explained it to him. I believe he's on a mission, either for my father or one of my brothers, to ascertain the situation here in Belfum. In the military sense.
Belfum's basically worthless to anybody else but the people of Belfum.
And I wanted that to stay that way.
Okay, let me just ask this: what would be worse, your father or Malcolm and his miscreant siblings?
Most definitely Malcolm. But where Gon's eyes lay, the other countries may also lay their gaze.
This is already a bit of an internal struggle anyway for here. I think we need to just keep it between us until, maybe if something happens, we'll get help. But
It doesn't hurt
for
to
now, I
have
think it's
allies in
us.
other places, though.
I agree to that.
Hope to die.
I agree, but let's not bring in some.
Let's not rush into an alliance where others get to dictate the terms.
I didn't know Saphiri was sitting next to
Yes.
us and talking to us.
I would, but
The waitress.
Raj! Oh
The
my
waitress.
God, Raj!
The
Frey
waitress
pie?
says,
Oh, that's so bad.
What is that?
"That's not bad.
Oh,
I
That's not bad at
oh,
all.
I don't know who Frey pie is. I don't get this joke.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
It's
it.
I don't get
several
it either.
people.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, thank you, Raj. I appreciated it.
I'm giving
I
you
mean,
one hit
Saphiri's
point.
making the round. She's clearly eavesdropping on everyone.
One hit point. So now's the time for you to die.
No! Someone drops a glass on her foot. She dies.
Safe. Make it safe. Or you die. Alright, so, okay, you guys continue. Basically, at this point, while you all are talking, Brother Wayne, the light-skinned paladin with like the weird accent, will sneak in, and he'll sort of lean to Lady Alendra, and he'll say, he'll tell Alendra quietly, like whisper to her, that to meet us after dinner in the shrine, and you're going to meet the Archcleric of Desna. And he'll quietly excuse himself.
She suddenly looks super nervous. Super nervous.
Don't worry, Elender. Everything will be fine. Go on.
It's after dinner. It's lunchtime right now.
Greenwood, we'll talk about this more later when we're all together again. I don't want to be the only one here on this one. I'm probably the worst person to remember things in the first place.
I understand. I'd arranged with Henry for them to be brought up to the keep and to so
Absolutely.
they can on there.
Remember, my home is your home.
Yes, and hopefully I've been trying to be as best of a host as I can.
I wish I had my golden flask or keg. I mean, that would probably be perfect. But no, it's gone. Of course, it's gone.
Malcolm like sneezes.
Get it back.
All right, I'm gonna go and do something. I need to get my head straight. Things are going crazy right now. I'm gonna go to the forge.
And I will go.
Talk to y'all later.
Well, good day. Just make sure to be back so that we can have a more formal dinner this evening in the keep.
Absolutely. I'll be there for dinner.
Okay. Also, you too, Alendra.
Of course, I kind of have to be there, I think.
And I start walking to go over and talk to Maury, ask him how the country's been, how my siblings have done, are doing.
He gives you a full report, and basically your father has aged much over the years and isn't what he's used to be. Your oldest brother, who what is his name again?
I don't remember what I established his name.
Your oldest brother, who's kind of heir to the throne, has taken over the larger portion of running the kingdom. He still has a role, but he doesn't sit on councils, and he doesn't make a lot of the minutia judgments. He mostly is there for like celebration type stuff. So he is so he's not feeling well lately, and he he is a busy man, but your older brother basically is brokering a treaty with the Zool, which is kind of the neighboring the Zool. That's not You guys don't know a lot about African history, I assume.
Sorry.
Is that like Zool, god of the Zulus?
Yeah, Zool, the Zool, which is like the nation.
What is it?
It's based on the Zulus. Okay, fuck you guys.
I'm sorry, all I
I
can
got
think of
you.
is Ghostbusters.
I know.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
It's just bad timing. All right, listen. The Kingdom of Zool. He's brokering a peace treaty. Basically, they've been at war for about 10 years, and you've heard whispers of it, rumors of it. And there is essentially like a huge shift in power in the continent because the High Sultan of the Golden City, who sort of is like the peacemaker of all the land, has been deposed. He's been deposed. Like, the Golden City is itself, it's sort of like a weird, like, sort of Vatican, where it's its own country, but it sort of has like its fingers in every other country in Vesh. And like it's a huge like epicenter of like religion and commerce. It's like the most powerful city in the world.
Yes.
And so he'll give you those reports, and he'll tell you that the Sultan has been removed, and now there is a high cleric, not of Desna, but of a unnamed god. They don't have a name for their god. It's a kind of a newer faction that sprung up practically overnight, and it just like snowballed into like this, power house that basically took over the seat of power in all of the land. And he's very cruel, and he's very hard, and he has very harsh laws for other religions, and many religions themselves have like practically been run out of business because of just how powerful and how tough this high cleric is of this unnamed god.
So they intend on forming a crusade against this.
Much is unknown, my son. Much is unknown. But let me tell you this. When your work is done in this small, let me be honest with you, this small, insignificant little island, you must return to your place. You are needed.
Second.
As she said.
This is in private, by the way. None of you
Oh,
guys
I
heard
know. That's why I didn't say that in Alendra's voice.
that. Oh, fuck you.
Raj, how's Safiri doing while this is going down?
You're everywhere.
Is
You just tell me
Safiri
what you
getting
do.
anywhere with that Lady Dark over there?
Yeah, rolled a 27.
No.
Damn it.
I should,
No
but don't worry,
lesbian
Matt.
shit for me. Hit on a halfling boy. Roll for halfling boy.
How do you roll for halfway?
Hit on Bentwick.
Oh my god!
Ew. Ew. No.
Ugh,
He's-
that's like hitting on
he's
Grandpa.
He's 25. Okay, he just lost all his hair. All right.
No, Bentwick. Let's roll for Bentwick's age. All right. All right.
1D1000.
There we go. He's
Oh.
60.
Oh, wow.
He's not.
I mean, for a
60,
gnome, that's young.
It's only for no, but it's just like hilarious how you put
Andy.
it.
Quote of the night.
True.
Well, that's young. And Lendra's like, hey, that's kind of hot.
No!
Actually, I'll get to your love life. We're gonna have a whole Saphira love life
Oh
arc
my god,
because
yes.
you've had no luck.
Every person
you know,
that she's loved has died.
It's
Rest in
it's the
peace,
wonder
Sugar Pups.
years. You gotta talk about the wonder years. You guys know the wonder years? It's like that
Yes.
age. All right, we'll get to it soon. I promise. Okay. So
If my father commands it, I will.
he does not send you a direct command. His heart is still with you, and he loves you very much. And I know that your duties to Erastil are yet to be completed. But bear this in mind: this Ezra and this fool Malcolm mean nothing to us. Your place is in Gone. And that's as serious as it gets. He goes back to
Understand.
kind of joking and
Understand.
and he also will like remind you of like your childhood friends that are still around. You know, little Andy or whatever his name's gonna be.
Andy. Andre.
Gone
Andre.
from the Kingdom of Gone. Andy from the Kingdom of Gone.
Andre.
I love the names Raj comes up with. I don't know where he gets them from.
I have a brain, and that's it. That's all. It's from the head.
Wait, does he have a
Gets them
childhood
from
friend
the,
named
the
Zod?
name of
Andy, what?
Does he have a childhood friend named Zod?
Yes.
No, that's wonderful.
It's the big
Dinner
bad
time
uncle.
comes around. Dinner time comes around, and is Safiri joining us for dinner, or is she pretending to be serving human?
Oh,
pie?
she'll still be like serving the food. She might need to kill someone before the day is up. So.
Also,
Well, this isn't a keep.
Yeah, so she might need to kill someone before the day is up. When is that ever not an option?
There's a lot of things rolling around on this campaign. I've realized
You think?
there's so many people in this campaign.
Yeah, I was gonna raise it.
How do these 10-year-long campaigns even last? Copy.
Less character development, I think. More murder hobo.
Alright.
Yeah,
Bunch
so
of guys here. Oh, actually, Alendra, before we skip ahead too far, one of your maidens will come to you and tell you that your mother wants to speak to you.
Okay.
Is it Saphiri in disguise?
Wait,
Roll
didn't
to,
she get called into the?
This is before
No, that's
dinner.
after dinner. This is after dinner.
No.
This is
I thought Wayne called her in to go have the talk thing.
Right, like I thought the talk with the mother was before dinner.
That's after dinner. He says that basically you have to arrange yourself to meet the High Cleric, so you're going to meet after dinner.
Right.
But-
The meeting with the High Cleric is after dinner, meeting with Mom is before dinner.
Yes.
No, I
so,
thought he
like,
came in at lunch and told her that. Like
Yeah.
that there was going to be the talk already. That's why.
Oh gosh.
6 hours difference. So you come into the keep, and one of your handmaidens, Raina, says your mother wishes to speak to you. And your 3 maidens will be dismissed by your mother. I'm sorry, Kalendra, remind me what your mother's name is.
Vanalia.
Vanalia. Vanalia, Mom, will wait for... Do you want to be in dinner
Maybe.
dinner garb? Ezra goes. Ezra's at the blacksmith, and we're gonna... Travis and I are gonna work out some blacksmithing later, probably. Vanalia will say, "Come, dear, sit," and she's going to basically ask Vanalia to sit with her on the bed.
Vanalia is going to ask Vanalia? It's Vanalia.
Alendra. What?
It's Vanalia, not Vanalia.
Vanalia will sit with you. Alt. Oh my goodness. And she will take your hand, and she'll sort of look you in the eye. Okay, so it's like mother-daughter, which I have no insight into how this really is, but I'm going to try. And she'll say, "Darling, something has happened that you need to know about. It's very important that our family begin to stick closer together. I'm so sorry, darling."
Are you leaving?
And she'll say, what's his name?
Galendron?
Jarl
Oh,
Jarl Rapier has passed away recently.
oh.
He died in his sleep. They say it was of natural causes, which was strange.
Why was that strange?
He was a healthy man. He was a healthy human at the age of 41. Your father and your brother, which one's the serious one?
Sendrian.
your oh, your father and Sendrian have decided to go to the funeral. And she says, and there your father will aid with the nobles of Selgard to choose a new Jarl.
Okay, so you and Fariel have stayed here then?
Yes.
But you told me that family needs to stick together, so...
Oh, well, that was Flavor. I'm sorry. She's just telling you that, she'll tell you that, it's just important that we tell you. We know that you're running about, and I know that you have much on your mind lately with all the evil that's happening in the world. And then she'll sort of make small talk with you. So tell me about how things are going with Ezra.
Elendra's just gonna blush madly and be like, they're fine?
He's a nice boy.
He is.
You thinking that things might be more than just this small fling?
A tryst.
Sorry, I had to throw the cat off my desk. She can't really say anything because this is like so awkward for her to talk about.
Darling, just know that I know you're having fun with this young boy, and I understand he is very handsome. I myself once fancied a human.
Then she goes into horribly graphic details about
Oh
her
my
youth.
God, Mom, no!
I made the decision to marry your father because that was the practical thing to do. We're both immortal. We live forever. Humans only live like, what? I don't even know, like 20 years? Hardly past 40?
Mother.
It's very important that you listen to me, that you think about the future. I'm not saying do anything right now, but just know that we care about you. And that Ezra's a fighter. He takes the most damage.
Which is why I'm always
Thanks,
there
Meta,
with
Mom.
him.
She gasps. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I heard that correctly. What?
I am always beside him in battle. This should not surprise you.
She sighs. All right. Well, I've heard that there are dignified guests here in the keep, so let's get you ready for dinner. And she'll ring a little bell, and your ladies will... Actually, they'll fawn over your new gear.
The funny part is, Raj, the conversation that those two just had is actually something that I envisioned Elendra having a conversation with her father. And, like, legitimately the same fucking thing.
Oh, don't
like,
even get me. You will not be able to have a conversation with your father. I have told him this. He won't be allowed. He is not allowed to talk to you about this. That's what your mom says. You know that your dad disapproves.
Elendra just shakes her head and says nothing.
And then they ask you all about like your. Oh, it's so pretty! Look at it. Look, can I touch it?
Sure, of course.
They touch your holy symbol.
Is there any like adverse effect?
No, they're all they're your followers.
Oh,
they're
I know.
now like in tuned. You can tell that they're like concerned about you. Like they can see that there's like been a lot on your mind lately.
I'm just glad.
It's funny because you have like a special relationship with each of these characters,
I
and
do.
they're your NPCs. They've come along at a different point. They'll help you get ready for dinner. And Venelia, Mom.
Venny, just call her Venny.
I can't do that. Okay, she will.
Vina. Call her Vina.
Hey, I got your number.
She will. she'll be seated for dinner as well. She's one of the practically a member of the household. All of you will be called to dinner by Henry. He basically like rings this little chime. It's like a bell, and even he, after all this time, is yet to be aware of the existence of Safiri. Basically, whether or not she like actually has interacted with him as a different character is.
Ezra would have gotten into his tux. Yes.
I've actually interacted with her family a lot as Anya, but they probably would not recognize me as Frey Pie.
Henry will basically wink at Greenwood, and he'll say, "Everyone, allow me to introduce Brother Maury and Brother Wayne. They are our honored guests for dinner. Come." And he seats them at the table. And he will... Oh, Greenwood's here twice, isn't he? And then he says, I shall go and fetch Lord Hayne. And he goes to get Ezra. Ezra, unless you... when Henry sees you in your tuxedo, which I don't even know if I have the tuxedo anymore, Ezra...
You don't have to. We can just say that he's wearing the tuxedo.
I need to attach that to your token. I can actually do that, I found out. Henry will be, like, filled with joy. My lord, I feel like you're my son.
Oh my god.
Ezra goes, that's nothing. He actually, like, knuckles on his chest, and it actually makes clanking sounds. It's still here, alright?
He says... Fair enough. I shall take what I can get. Now come, dinner is served. And you fly. You just crash into the dining hall.
Oh yeah!
Yes, you beat me to it. Okay.
No, that would definitely be Maury. He's been drinking that purple Kool-Aid.
Oh god.
Oh, God. Yes.
So,
Purple wine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Henry will serve basically a full meal, and basically Maury will make conversation with Alezra. Yes. Andra, Alezra. Actually,
Well,
Maury,
I mean, we are an item technically, so
Andra.
actually, Henry is going to kind of get Greenwood to sit. Come, my lord. Bad form.
Yes. Where to sit?
Anywhere at the table.
I speak off at the right. Lord Ezra.
Yes. And then Maury is actually, at some point during dinner, make conversation with Ezra. And he says, "Ah, yes, Lord Ezra. Please, tell me a bit about this land Belfum. I wish to learn much of its people, of its economy, of its population."
well, I don't know that much. I mean, truthfully, I'm Lord only in name, only because I built this place myself, basically, with my own money.
Wow, that's incredible. You built this place yourself on your own dollar? Or whatever, your own gold coin?
Aye.
That's amazing.
This place just used to be a tavern.
Only a tavern.
Yes, it was a tavern inn that we had started off with, and as we found resources, we slowly expand upon it until you have what it is, the even better that we have today.
He says, "Forgive my lack of decorum at the dinner table, but I must try this dragon." And he, like, swallows it all in one gulp.
Swallows the whole
Don't
dragon.
worry, there's plenty more where that came from.
And
That also happens to be something we killed ourselves too. So
you
pretty
killed it, you
interesting.
huge burp. He says,
Well, I
"Fine."
mean, you saw the skull above the tavern, right?
I did. You
That's
killed
the skull of the. That's the skull of the. I didn't. Our friend
it was a
Safiri
group.
did it. She's not here right now.
It was a group effort.
Don't
let's
mention
be
the
honest.
name.
Oh, I wish to meet this
Ezra doesn't
Safiri.
know.
I wish to meet this Safiri, please. I wish to meet.
She's
the
not
dragon
here right
slayer.
now. She's doing something where she is.
We
She is wherever
never-
she is. That's all we know.
We never really know where she is, to be honest.
She is a free spirit. She tends to chafe when restrained.
Is Safiri hovering like right over Mori while he's talking about her?
Oh yeah, she's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, she's there, refilling the water glasses.
Just let me know if you want to interact, Matt.
I will. Don't worry. You should throw me on there though, just for shits and giggles.
What he will ask is he will say, "I've heard many rumors of this Malcolm. He has become king. There are many conflicting reports."
Well, seeing as he's the son of a, well, not like a son of, he's a descendant of a lich, or something like that, I think. So he's definitely not the best idea to have around.
He doesn't come from good stock, we'll put it that way.
He looks at Wayne, and Wayne kind of translates the word lich. He's the... forgive me, I do not understand. He's the son of a lich?
The descendant, like, hundreds of years, kind of thing.
He has sent delegations to Gon, as well as many of the other nations in Vesh, and he wishes to be recognized as the legitimate king of this country.
Well, if I have anything to say about that, he won't be.
So I am to understand that your faction is at war with his?
At this point in time, it's not war yet, but we're planning, basically, yeah.
He says, "The delegation has promised huge sums of gold for backing from the Kingdom of Gon. What would you be willing to offer in return in order to sway the court in your favor?"
Belfum has very little, but you'll have me as a great friend. And I'm sure Greenwood can vouch that, I'm no slouch.
No, he is not.
Greenwood goes, nope, no slouch over here.
I mean, look at that
Thanks very much.
posture.
Roll diplomacy, everybody who's trying to convince him.
Oh shit, that's
Throw me on the
exactly
map,
people.
Raj, just in case.
Oh, okay.
Ha 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 ha
Throw me on the map, Raj.
Okay. Critical fail. Not a good time to critical fail, I'm telling you right now.
He chokes
It's
on
Ezra we're talking about. It's Ezra.
It's Safiri go. Okay, there she is.
So, for
Stop moving your
diplomacy, that would be a 26.
It's too late. Ezra ruined it. Unfortunately.
Can I save it with a 26? Come on.
Alright. Greenwood can roll a d20, and yes, Safiri can try and save by canceling it with a nat 20.
Wait, a nat 20 on top of my normal skills?
Yes.
Well, I mean, really, I'm not really the one who's doing the most, like, talking about this. I was saying Greenwood would be the one who would basically talk and be like
he was talking to
diplomacy
you.
about me.
He was talking to
I
you.
know, but the way I was saying it was like, he'll vouch for me, and then, so I mean, like, he's
This was
not
a cat
saying
and
anything
mouse.
about himself.
Basically, what this is he's trying to get to know you, and he's trying to see with the look of you, and that's what that accumulation was. You rolled an nat 1, Travis.
Just remember,
today in
behind
Ebon
every
Ring.
great man is a wise woman.
This is
Greenwood
when
trying.
Superior appears.
And an army.
The fairy slits Maury's throat. Problem solved.
Man, Alundra would have such a problem with that.
I mean, I briefly considered it. I'm not gonna lie, but that seemed like a bad idea, especially with familial ties and latent antagonism and that sort of thing.
Let's see the rolls.
All right. What rolls are we doing? I heard you say what should roll.
Basically, like it's an interaction where you're rolling like a charisma interaction.
I did roll diplomacy.
You did. You rolled a 7.
And then you add the 19 from diplomacy. That's a 26.
I know, but his roll is 1. 1's always fail. To cancel it, you have to crit. So it's down to Greenwood and Safari. You have a 10% chance.
Jesus.
I rolled a 15.
All right, let's see, Greenwood.
Plus 27. Gross.
Yeah.
A 42 is pretty amazing.
So here's what I'll do as things talk. I will like remove my servant's garb and I'll appear in like sort of semi-fancy like business type clothes like I would normally wear for managing the academy as Anya.
Hello, little tiny thing.
Hi.
Maury, that is a halfling.
You may have noticed that our leader is small but dangerous. Our leader can be a little tongue-tied at times. His eloquence is not his saving virtue, but he is strong and he is well respected by many across the land of Belfum. And furthermore, he has those with him and knows when to seek advice for matters that are beyond his ken of expertise. So I would tell you to fear not, because there are many in this land who will stand up to Malcolm, and who will stand up to you, for they will not tolerate such an evil, malicious, baby-eating man to rise against them. And
just to steer the conversation away from Ezra, he actually goes, she's the one who also killed the dragon.
Oh yes, I remember.
And I was like, and she gives like a small like nod of her head, and she's like, the fact that we could easily slay such an ancient and powerful dragon should leave no illusions as to just how potent our abilities are, and the fact that we have built this entire town and city up from nothing should furthermore emphasize just how capable we are in fields beyond battle. So allaying yourself against us would not be in the wisest course of action that you could take. But perhaps allying yourself with us and with your kin who sits here with us, you could do well to handle this Malcolm and benefit from the great potency that we can restore to Belfum.
Maury is super impressed, and he's amazed. He's never seen a creature like Safari before, ever. And he will... he will be...
He's also highly entertained that this little tiny thing killed a big fat dragon.
It's true, and in fact, the idea of seeing a like halfling child for the first time is pretty unique in itself. So it's like a manifold save. All right, so I'll say that
she's still Anya, so she's not a child, but
distracted. Distracted. You're a halfling. You're a halfling. Never seen one before. Shorter than a 10-year-old kid.
I'm sorry, but if you see somebody who's like 3 foot nothing with big knockers, you're not gonna think that's a child.
Yeah, but she's not. She doesn't have big knockers. She barely hit puberty.
But well, fine.
Maury says
the child distinction is easy to make. Fair.
Fine.
He says, "You are incredibly eloquent for such a small creature."
It is but one of my many skills, which are all at the disposal of Lord Hayne.
He says, I have never seen such a sight before. Very good. I shall continue to consider all of these things." And he sort of pushes his plate away. Somehow he managed to get a little bit fatter. And he says, I am famished. Thank you all so very much for allowing me into your home.
Did you mean famished when you said I
Yeah.
am famished?
I was thinking the exact
Finishes his
same
meal
thing.
and goes, God damn, I am starving.
Oh. Well, he could be famished, but he's not. He's.
It's just, the translation is bad. He confused the word. Don't worry about it. Foreigners,
So
am I right?
He says, I shall. Unfortunately, I wish I could linger much longer, but I have an appointment with the High Cleric of Desna, as does Brother Wayne and Lady Elendra.
Indeed. Shall we
If you
go?
excuse me, I shall retire for the evening from the table. And he waits for permission from the hosts.
Ezra stands and sort of, does a bit of a bow, kind of awkwardly, but still.
Elendra stands and kind of motions toward the door.
And he will make his way out, as a good guest will do. And they go to the shrine.
So once they've actually gone out the door, Ezra turns to Greenwood and Saphiri and goes, "Alright, from now on, you two don't let me do the talking."
I tried to stop you so many times.
Oh, really? Because I never noticed.
She says,
Next time I'll stick a knife in your throat, and you can just go.
Oh! It's a good thing Elendra's not on the roof!
I love this idea.
Good luck getting through the armor.
I love the idea of Saphiri completely kicking her feet up as she's boasting to Ezra.
The image I have here is because she won't have a booster seat, it's like you see nothing but feet because she's practically laying on her back in the seat.
That's what I wanted. That's why I wanted you guys
happening.
to. That's pretty much the reason why I wanted you guys to make those your profiles, is because Saphiri's was just her hair.
And of course, Matt didn't do it.
Yes, I didn't, because I don't use it, and I'd have to change my whole profile on Roll20. It's not worth the effort. I'm sorry, I'd have to change it back the next day.
Yeah, I didn't do it either, so.
Namos.
Meh.
All right, Elendra, you procedurally you have the right to include your servants if you desire.
Oh yeah, she would definitely put them in here.
Acolytes do not serve. Oh, they may be servants.
God,
Acolytes not
this
servants.
slag, all of you,
Show
gonna
up,
die.
too.
I'm gonna kill all of you.
So soon? So soon after we got
You
back?
don't even start with me, buddy. I'm not gonna have any of that from you.
Okay. I apologize.
Okay. I'm just kidding. I got over it that day. Okay. So basically, you make your way into the shrine, and this you guys have seen this map before, but I'm just gonna say that the carpet is purple, and there are dedications all over the place to the good deities. Mostly,
In every one of these alcoves, there's a little dedication area, but there's a bigger one in the very back that's for Desna.
Interestingly, doesn't have a huge following here. What is this?
I think
Purple.
Matt is trying to give us a purple rug.
Ignore that. Just ignore it.
Okay.
Yeah, Ezra still made it for Desna because of Elendra.
Maury is actually going to make himself, he's going to seat himself. And then Brother Wayne will actually take over and he'll say, "All right, Lady Elendra, you stand right here." And he points right here. One up, if you
My bad.
please. If you please. And he will say to you, "Now, please be informed that the High Cleric is a busy man. He cannot give you much of his time, but if he wishes to spend time with you, I advise against cutting him short." And he will basically brief you that the... have I ever told you about the High Cleric ever, Elendra?
No.
We never talked about any of that.
Mm-mm.
He is a half-elf.
Really?
He is he's the last High Cleric's son. She's a sand runner, which is a desert elf. And she was the High Cleric, and she when she passed away, she gave the seat to her son, and he has retained the situation, the priesthood. He's retained the authority for 60 years. So he's very old, very venerable. He's an 80-year-old half-elf arch-cleric. Very powerful. Incredibly powerful. And he is... he oversees thousands upon thousands of clergy all over the world. Brother Wayne actually pulls from his... actually, no, he doesn't. He pulls up his sleeve, and on his wrist is this bizarre-looking contraption. It looks like a wristband, very thin, and it contains basically a circle that sits on his wrist. He basically touches his finger against it, and these little purplish squares of light pop up. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And he touches a sequence of them. Beep, 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 beep. And he says, "Showtime." And he'll basically push a final button, and light will shoot, purple light will shoot, and basically form an apparition. You've seen one before, so it's not like completely foreign to you. It's this like ghost-like figure that's sort of made of light. And
so very much like the dwarf we ran into.
Yes.
That thing is terrifying.
Man, he looks evil as fuck.
Yeah, it looks extremely evil.
What's with the skull mask?
Yeah.
No, that's not his skull. Patience, children. Okay.
Somebody call Link.
So his ears protrude from his hood that he wears over his head. That is not a skull mask, that is his face. And there's a beard coming out from the f***ing cloak, everybody. Thank you. He's wearing these very ornate, very opulent shoulder garbs, and then cape just comes down right over his whole body. So his entire outline is cloaked. And he looks at you, and sort of strange, something that you didn't expect, his eyes are brilliant green. Like the
Maybe
rest of the light,
Yuri's son from the future.
the rest of the light is purple. It's not like the intense color of green. The eyes are glowing.
It's the brows, I think, that make him look super evil.
It's I'm sure if you want to roll sense motive,
Hold on.
and he stands before you.
She bows deeply.
And he sort of gently says, "Rise, child."
She stands.
Sense motive 20. There is something off about him.
What,
You don't have
really?
a beat on it exactly. There's something off about him.
For real?
No, I'm lying to you. Well, actually, I can't blame you because I do that from time to time. For reals, there is something off.
It's Malcolm!
But she does stand.
And it says in a warm voice, "Greetings, child."
Archcleric?
He says, "I have heard rumor of your good deeds, Lady Alendra, spreading the virtuous grace of Desna all over the land of Belfum. I heard you even put a stop to the machinations of a drow queen.
Indeed.
He says, tell me, I have heard dark rumor of this new king, Malcolm, and the oracles have granted us visions of a great fire spreading across the land. What do you know of this?"
I have heard nothing of the fire, though, does not seem to be out of Malcolm's person to do such a thing. I and my fellow members, but I feel like I mostly shoulder the blame. We failed to stop a ritual that this false king conducted with his siblings in the city of Tile.
He says to you, "Do not blame yourself, child. The evil deities often plan these foul machinations years and years ahead of time. We are grateful, we are forever grateful for your attempt to stop him, and we offer you any aid we can in bringing this wicked, deceitful creature to justice. It is important that I bring you this word myself. I, High Cleric, Arch-Cleric of all the world, send you this message. You are to, by the end of the 9th moon, make pilgrimage to here in the Golden City and receive the new revelation that Desna has poured out to us and her followers, as are your companions here with you." And Mori just kind of, "Oh, me?"
Another sense motive, but that is 13.
"You are to come to the Golden City, and there you will receive the new blessing, and we will begin the new era of Desna's ministry in this world. I have received myself a vision from the stars and moon, that Desna's heart has changed, and that her eye is upon every part of this world, and she wishes to make her new will manifest all throughout the world.
Sounds like a crusade, buddy.
Her eye is everywhere, and she wishes to see all."
Far be it from me to deny my lady her wish.
He says, "Very good. I send you all the blessings of the stars and moon and butterfly." And he just kind of abruptly cuts off, and he's probably on to the next big thing.
Well, that was quite the meeting.
Mori will say, "I've never seen him before."
If I
He's
could,
big.
if I could have a moment to discuss with my acolytes what has just been spoken here.
Indeed, we are guests. Elendra, make a will save.
A will save?
Yes. Are you not able to right now?
Hold on. Wow, that
Will
is a
save.
terrible roll. That was a 3.
Pretty good save. Immediately, you feel like your heart is breaking. As soon as Mori stands to leave, just all of the joy and all of the good feelings and just everything that he brought, he and his companion, and all of the companionship of all your fellows, it immediately drains from your body. In fact, you go completely pale, and they're all these three who are super in sync with you are like, my lady,
Are
you
they
okay?
Are they actually gone?
Well, they were going to leave, and then you just went pale.
I'm fine. I just need a moment with you three to speak in private.
The sensation, basically you had to force yourself to even be able to stand, and they just look really concerned. Even more, he's like, "Oh my goodness."
Please, I will...
What I'm gonna do.
Okay.
What's tell me what you're gonna do.
She was just gonna say, please, just, I will, I will reconnoiter with you once I've had a moment with these three.
You're going to do reconnaissance on them?
Maybe.
Um,
I will join with you again after I've had a moment with these three.
So we're gonna basically start wrapping it up. I'm gonna give you guys a little cutscene, and then we're gonna maybe do some talk shop afterwards. You can see, you've all seen this place before. This was the crypt beneath the old stone keep, with all its evil decorations. Malcolm hand this cruel-looking character Alendra's sword. He removes its sheath. He inspects the front, inspects the back, and he kind of grimaces. I just grimaced because I thought you guys could see me for a second.
I mean, we could use cams at some point if you guys want to. It's not a big thing.
Maybe. So, like, he takes it, and basically there's this black iron altar, and he basically, you can see that the difference between what you see here and what's going on is that there has actually been this, like, foul, sort of wicked-looking constructed furnace. And he places the blade against the altar, and with this, like, black abyssal and carved hammer, you can hear whispers, like evil whispers, like I don't know if you can hear that. He takes the hammer and he busts the hilt from the blade, and that's exactly when Alendra, like, put her hand over her heart. And he takes the blade, sort of keeping at a distance from him because he can't stand the feel of good, and he places it in the furnace, and you can hear elongated, horrifying, like, sort of mystical sounding cries of a woman, just tormented, horrible sounding, like,
It's like angelic screams, right?
horrible. It's very upsetting to, like, even imagine. I'm sorry I'm doing it. No, I'm not. And then, like, Malcolm will sort of cross his arms, and you can see the blade melt down, and you see him begin to pour the melted steel from the thing that holds the liquid metal. You can see it pouring into this cast.
The smelting cup.
And then he places it before the altar. And this guy, who you know to be the son of a lich,
Evil grandpa,
begins to, like, hold his hands over it and speak these evil words that, like, his lips don't move, but you can tell that he's, like, spiritually, like, speaking and praying. And then a little time goes by, and then he pops the cast open, and he pulls from it a crown. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh, shit.
Dun dun dun.
Alright, well, I
Hold
mean...
Hold on. After all this happens, I would like to have a small little thing.
Ooh.
Raj, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Alendra gets back to their room, I assume? Or does it take a very long time? This is talking to Angie.
Well, I mean, she was gonna have a moment with her acolytes to discuss things with them, but I imagine that wouldn't take too long, like maybe half an hour at most.
I'm just saying, like, whenever she gets back, like, it's probably not too late or anything. Ezra notices how you feel. And he asks how you're doing. and he asks you to go on a little walk.
Oh my god.
Raj, you already got my roll, so you know.
She'll.
I don't know
nod, but
anybody.
She's, still
I
a little weak.
showed it to you, Raj.
I
Told you.
Okay.
Look in Skype.
I
believe
heard
it.
that smile when he said I don't know anything.
Yeah, it's Skype. That's lost on me.
I believe you. I mean, I see it. That's what I mean.
Okay. Elendra, I know things are going a little crazy right now, but I don't know how to say this. You guys have walked probably 5-10 minutes, and he kneels in front of you. And he holds up a ring.
What is the ring made of? Is it made of ebon?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
He just looks up at you. He's basically speechless. He can't say anything. He just looks up.
She kind of she's staring down with her jaw dropped. Ezra?
Will you?
She takes the ring. I think so. She feels like she's not clearly in her right mind. This doesn't feel real to her.
Ezra doesn't know what to say. He's just smiling, and he stands and holds your hand and puts the ring on it.
She kisses him.
And then they walk back.
If you want to be happy for the rest of your life.
Then you picked the wrong profession because we're all gonna die.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
You better
Sorry,
not roll a 2 while you're doing diplomacy.
What? Oh, better not roll a
Rats.
2.
Better not
Hey, it
roll
would have been better if I rolled a 2. Then it would only be a 1, and that's still not a crit fail for me.
Alright,
I am the only
applause.
person in the group who can say that a crit fail is not 1 for me.
Is that Matt applauding? Or is that Raj applauding?
No, that's not me.
I think it's Raj.
Okay. Well,
Alright, Greenwood, Brian and Matt get to work on the next one.
Wait, are Brian and I doing something right now?
What?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, are you?
At the moment, no.
Top that
Interviews.
motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, are we done?
I'm done.
That's the biggest FU
I'm
mom
done.
and dad I've ever heard to your immortal parents, but sure.
Okay, so
This is some Elrond level shit going down.
Oh, wow.
alrighty.
It's true.
So, I'm assuming that's the end of the game for tonight then?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Okay.
We will find out what happens to the Ebon Ring next Monday.
Thanks everybody for watching. Come back next week, same time, same place. It's gonna be great.